I think DC Young Fly is gonna go full music.
And
He
not do
could.
comedy?
Yeah, he started off with music.
Yeah, rapping and singing.
He
He's
just
good.
happened to
He's
be-
good too. His music is good.
Yeah, yeah.
He just happened to be entertaining.
Yeah.
It just happened first. He
yeah.
just happened to be.
I like his
Yeah.
music.
Me too.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially
You be
that one
forgetting that he
song.
can rap.
Yeah.
And
And
Lightweight
Carlos
sing.
Miller.
Huh?
He can sing too.
Oh yeah,
Young
yeah.
Fly, yeah.
His music
He
good.
go to
man.
know.
Yeah.
Cause I was it's this one song I keep listening to.
First class.
Dang, what's the name of it?
Up in
DC
the
Young
sky.
Fly.
Oh, wrong guy.
Was that
Jack
Winston
Harlow.
Funny?
Nah, that was
That's Fergie.
Jack Harlow.
which name took it? Harlow took it.
Did he?
Oh yeah,
Flipped it. He
that's
made it dope.
fire.
Oh, I haven't heard it.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course you did. it ain't old.
He
yet.
made it dope.
Oh,
Ain't
that's
no
what we doing?
backpack.
That's not
come
even a
with that.
problem if you don't hear new music, man, because there's so much new music coming out.
So many new shows,
overload.
so many new
Yeah, let's
music.
close that door.
But I'm on top of it.
We don't appreciate.
I got my pulse on what's hot.
No, you don't.
I do, man. I'm tapped in.
You like that new London song
I've
with
never heard
J.
it.
Cole?
I haven't heard it.
I like that with the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That's cool.
come on.
I heard that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's J. Cole. I usually don't be like J. Cole. J.
Oh,
Cole.
I heard
This
his
is
verse.
Oh, come on.
I was disappointed
Yeah, I heard
because
his
she's
verse.
not from there. I thought she was from somewhere
When he
else.
put the English accent
yeah,
on
I was
it,
like, why they just in London and nobody's from
London
there?
shopping. You ain't been to London yet.
Yeah,
Take
You know-
Your Ass Home by DC Young Fly. That's my shit.
I was like,
right there.
damn, all right.
I was still looking for the song. I was like,
Are you talking to me? Okay,
take
cool.
your ass home. Beyond
How many
life.
albums he put out? Young
Who?
Fly.
He got on Apple Music. He got Fly Womack, Trap Soul. Oh, that's Curb Music.
Mm.
So that's just on the quick slide through.
So he
I
got
don't
some.
know
He
how
got
many
some.
for
He
sure.
got a little catalog.
What if
Yeah.
your big break comes from something else, and now like what you really, really want to do is like second fiddle? Like, what if your T-shirts became like the new Louis Vuitton? Like your pig became the new. You know what I'm saying, it's like, damn, I really want to do comedy. They're like, nah, man, we wanna get you on the road, get you in the store.
I'm like a FUBU nigga now. Oh,
You don't do comedy no more? You gonna be like new Rihanna, the new Fenty? You
with the
like,
money.
why
I'm still gonna do
sing?
comedy, but
They
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
be
like,
with
DC,
the, I'm gonna
no.
be focused with the money.
He gonna be doing
Yeah.
it casually.
Yeah,
They're gonna be
See,
like, DC, your comedy's hurting the brand.
Yeah, you're right.
It's about PIG.
You're right. I'm gonna do whatever the money is. I'm doing it.
Only Christmas parties you can perform at.
What if the sales dry up? And then
I gotta go
you
back?
gonna try to come back to comedy. You took 3 years off. Now you trying to hit the stage again.
Nights like this, I wish.
Begging you for stage
He
time.
gonna be
Tony.
rusty.
Put me up, Tony. Put me up. I
Hey,
still
you're me.
got it,
Hey
baby.
Jack, I'm back, baby.
Got it, baby.
We can't relate to the comedy no more. Man, being rich, like
Right.
it comes with like certain audience gonna be like, we don't
Yeah.
we don't understand this.
I feel you always have to be doing something in that field to stay in tune. If you take a little break, as long as you're doing something, shooting
Yeah,
videos,
something.
doing something,
Yeah.
you can climb back in.
You know, I see that with comedy because a lot of people that do comedy jump into music for a second, then jump back.
Right,
in.
and then you jump back in. There's a lot of comedian musicians right
Because
now.
I thought
Yeah.
Duvall was gonna leave
Yeah.
because that hit last year. I was
Man.
like, woo! I thought he was never
I
coming
thought we
back.
were gonna ever
to
see
this.
Jamie Foxx again.
Right.
He ain't been
Oh yeah,
D-Ray doing music too?
Yeah.
Is it really?
man.
Yeah, he had a music video and everything.
God
Just
damn.
imagine
He
if
came
you have a
into
hit
music.
song, all you got to do is press play on stage. You ain't got to think about reactions. You ain't got to wait for pause or applause. You can do like this. You had them perform it.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
a hit,
Especially like Duvall.
You gotta have a catalog. though.
living the best life.
Yeah.
You
You
can
gotta-
open up for somebody.
You gotta have 45 minutes of hits.
No, you do not.
If
You're not,
if
you're
you
not the
headline-
headliner. You
if
can
you
open
headline-
up.
Well, you kind of have to.
Yeah,
Because,
one song won't cut it.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
you
Nigga,
live my
CeeLo
best
is
life.
on tour right now.
Who?
CeeLo got.
I mean,
Three?
Skilo.
Oh, I was about to say.
Skilo.
CeeLo
Oh
should be.
yeah,
Oh,
tour with
Skilo.
50 people.
Yeah, I mean,
is he on tour right
Yes.
Where?
Some hip
He's
hop
on-
old school tour.
Yeah.
what fair
I
is
wish
this
I was a
nigga?
little bit
say
taller
what
than
fair?
Skilo, right?
Yeah.
Somebody
Dude, you
over
can
there.
tour on one hit.
What, Solano County
But not as a
Fair?
headline.
Somebody got a
No.
turkey leg. Just,
now? Yeah.
I
But
wish
if
I
you
was-
just feature it, you can come in and do your 2-3 songs and
Yeah.
then dive off.
Wait,
stage.
CeeLo had one more song, though, right?
No.
I only know I wish. I'm sure he had more.
So y'all telling me he only had one song?
Let's look
I
up
seen
the
this
video.
nigga.
One,
I seen this nigga at Kinko's. I recognized him. I said, "Yo, I rocks with your song." This nigga pulled out a handwritten CD of his second CD. He said, "You got to check out the second album, yo."
How long ago was this?
Did you check it out?
I held on to it. I didn't have a CD player.
Oh, this was recent.
Just last week.
This was last week.
Oh, this was last. This
like
was
3
recent?
years ago. But
He
I
was printing
like,
up
brother.
CDs. You're like, brother, you know what?
I was like, brother,
He's like, you gotta check out my new
you
shit.
got to check out this new.
Yo, he was
hit.
born in
I am
Chicago.
a little
I
bit
didn't know that.
taller. That's the new one.
Skilo?
He's born in Chicago, but
I thought you said in 2000.
No, he's born in
Why y'all
Chicago.
don't claim Skilo?
Because he was just born there. Cali is his
Where? Okay.
the foundation.
I always thought he was from Cali.
I always
Yeah.
thought he was from Chicago.
No, you didn't.
Why you don't push him
No, you
away.
did not. No,
Tony
you
trying to
did
neglect.
not.
You showing neglect to
He's
Skilo,
like, no,
bro.
you didn't.
Nah,
you
man,
didn't.
you know we claim it all, man. So he had a song on. He had a song called "Top of the Stairs" that was featured on the ending credits of Money Train.
Oh, I remember that song.
No, you don't remember that
Remember
song.
they was going down the staircase? The song was
You
playing
don't
right
remember
Nah, they
What's
didn't
the
go
name
down
of
the staircase. They just
He called
walked
the
in the middle
staircase
of
got the title
song
of it
by
already.
Skilo.
He said he retired. He quietly retired from rapping
Nigga.
5 months
Not on
after the
purpose.
It
album
was
release
loudly.
because of a dispute with Sunshine Records.
No disrespect.
No, nigga, I quietly retired. Nigga,
I
you
left the
fell
business.
Off.
I
Hold
left
on,
the
the
man.
way I'm
business.
saying.
Give him a shot, yo. Hold on. Let me look at this.
You know, after
A
I wish
lot
I
of
was a
niggas
little
quietly
Sorry.
retired.
So his album went gold.
Chingy quietly
Wait,
retired.
who went off kicking and screaming? I think everybody quietly.
I'm fucking retiring. Fuck this. Everybody need to know this.
Only
So-
Jay-Z did that
So
on every album.
Only Jay-Z did what?
Retired loudly on
Loudly.
every album.
Oh yeah, he do be
Everybody
retired.
else
Come back,
every
like,
goddamn
come
time.
I'm sorry. Can I have my Wizards Jordan
Man.
jersey on? I'm back, baby.
Cause I didn't like his comeback album, Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
Overall,
All of them were comeback albums.
Jay-Z's last couple of ones weren't. You know what I mean? No, which name was fire? The one we had Dumbo on. That one was cool.
444.
Yeah, 444 was cool.
I like the Blueprint 3.
Nobody really rocks with the Magna.
Magna
Magna
Carta. I
Carta?
didn't like that
Nobody
album
likes
as a
that one,
whole.
but I like the
But
one with Rick
Blueprint
Ross,
3
though.
had Empire State of Mind on there.
Yeah.
That was a huge record.
got it.
That
He
was his first #1 Billboard record, I believe.
That one?
Yeah.
Out of all the stuff he's did?
The song, just the
Oh.
song. Oh, he had several #1 albums.
Right, that's what I was gonna say.
All,
He
damn
got
near
a
all
hit
of them.
out right now with Pusha T.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
go.
Oh,
Yeah,
who's
you
that? Oh, it's on
don't know
Pusha
it.
T's
Yeah,
album?
you don't know
Yeah,
it.
it's a good
all
track. See, I'm tapped in, Craig. I got
You
my
was
finger
tapped
on the
in
pulse.
that one.
Yeah, he knew
It
about
come
that
out
one.
April 22nd. He pushed the date up.
Okay.
See, I'm saying I'm in tune. I go to Hip Hop DX every day. But back to Skilo, man.
Skilo.
So Skilo, I Wish, went to number 13 on the chart.
Damn,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
it?
What
I
you
thought
mean?
it was
Huge
That's
number one.
high.
for a rap record.
Sure.
13 on
100?
the main.
Okay.
Not the rap
I'm
chart.
Top
sorry,
100 is a hit.
Number 8 on the rap chart, so that's lower than I
Still low.
anticipated. Then he had Top of the Stairs that was featured on Money Train.
I told you. It was called.
All right.
Told you.
I ain't know that.
Made it to
album.
number 73 on the R&B charts.
Wait,
And
was
then-
I really right? Was it called Top of the Stairs?
It's called Top of the Stairs.
What I tell you when he was walking down the staircase?
But in the movie, though, they walked down the street at the end of the movie. They was
No, it was
arguing.
when they were going down.
You
for the
remember
money
Money Train like that?
I just watched Money Train.
Shit.
Yeah, and I've seen it several times.
It was in this train station, so they had to go down the stairs.
But they was walking, though.
yeah,
Yeah. I
Told
see
you.
what you- Craig be holding on to
Craig
the
gonna
lie.
be Craig. I ain't listening to Craig.
And
he
then,
guessed his whole way through that.
Yo, where's Chatsworth at? What is
hell
it?
of a guess.
They didn't even pull up.
That's on Keon at this point, right?
Oh, did y'all reply to his text? He might not know he
Yeah.
sent it.
Let me see.
And nobody respond. And then,
Oh, shit.
then he had singles after that, but nothing else charted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently, what's up, man? We got Brody.
Brandon Brody in the building.
Brody in the building, you know what I'm saying, scrambling in. I thought you came in with cigarettes. I was like, God
came
damn,
in.
that's
This
what
is
we
one of the
doing?
crunchy.
I saw green. I don't know why I was thinking of a pack of
thought
cools
we
or
had
something.
Evan
You can
Ross
break
in the
these down like a
building.
cigarette, though. The way the ashes be coming out.
Yeah,
of
then
the
you
joints,
shake
yeah.
it up, tap the bottom,
Freak through Nature Valley.
tap that bottom.
Like healthy nerves.
Them be too messy for me, bro.
Nah, these are the most snitching ass snack
Yeah,
out there in the
these
streets. You
all
can't
your
like you
face,
cheating
your
on your girl
hands.
and you have a granola bar in your pocket. Nah, she
You never
trace
eat
that
it
trail straight
in
back
the
to
bed
crib.
either. You be like, I be finding crumbs for
Right.
Oh man, that is the most crummiest.
Man,
that's
everywhere.
croutons basically.
It is. You damn sure needed water with that. That's the driest.
Yeah.
It is
This-
dry.
yeah,
I don't
Tony's
think
joke.
those go
Straight
good.
up.
bad.
Right here.
Those don't go bad, huh?
You see, I got this Perrier to push it down. Like I I'm sorry for the ads and all that. I don't even know if Perrier.
You apologize?
If it is, hey, thank you.
I got
Perrier
bubble
is
water to
disgusting.
push it down. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Perrier's. You drink
No,
Perrier's.
Perrier's delicious. That's not
Disgusting,
bad,
man.
bro. It's,
Oh, Phil.
gives you the soda fix
right,
without
right.
the soda, without the
It
sugar.
only
It's
goes good
disgusting.
with
I
vodka.
hate that.
Oh, you guys are y'all bougie.
Like Alka-Seltzer.
Because I said it goes good with
Alka-Seltzer,
vodka.
they have lime flavorings.
Alka-Seltzer, man.
Nah, man, I ain't with it.
Sometimes you just need that soda fix, that to one when you want to burp real good. Yeah, Perrier, do it.
It does make you feel full, though.
Minus the
I'll
sugar.
give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Still with a flat stomach, you be like, I'm good.
Did Sprite really do what it was supposed to do when people say you get sick? They'd be like, drink some Sprite. Remember, you had
That
no
was
fix?
ginger ale.
Ginger
Ginger ale.
In
Right.
your house, it was Sprite.
Right? You was sick the whole time. You wasn't feeling it all.
Yeah,
You
it
was
was-
right.
Sprite to throw you further down the
What's the
step.
recipe
Right.
of ginger ale that made us feel?
Ginger, I don't know what it was about ginger ale, but it seemed to work for me a couple times.
I think it's a placebo.
Oh.
Okay,
Shut up!
Oh, man.
That got on me.
Yeah,
Whatever
I
that
be
word
fumbling,
was.
man.
How do y'all say it? Do y'all say it ginger ale or do y'all say ginger rail?
Ginger
Ginger
ale.
ale.
Ginger
I
ale.
say
The second
ginger
word's
ale.
rail, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
rail
Isn't
for
that
sure.
what?
Yep.
Ginger
Wait,
ale.
Ginger rail.
Back to Skilo.
Oh, Skilo.
I heard he retired in Bitcoin. I heard he made a lot of money in Bitcoin.
Ain't
Oh,
no
did he?
way, man.
I don't know. Everybody that was a hip hop
Seen that nigga at
legend.
Kinko's a year ago. I mean, things can change.
That was his Kinkos. He owns a string of Kinkos.
So it was really a year ago.
I'm gonna say about 2 years.
About 2 years.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you
trying to
never
think of
listened to the album.
It's still in
Did
my,
you even put the CD in your car?
I didn't have a CD player.
Did you
it's
take
in my
you
car.
took it with you though?
Yeah.
Was Skilo out during CD? That's a loud crunch. You tried to hide it. It's like, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I forgot what I was eating.
Yeah, man.
Brody on air eating corn nuts.
Yeah, I need to just use like a cough drop. Just take a nibble and just,
When you put the mic here to
just
hide
moisten it
it,
up
like,
for a little bit. This thing.
Soften it up.
Yeah, soften it up in this.
But just some investigation, Tony.
This thing Brazilian as hell.
So it came out in 95. So I was still coming out of cassettes in 95. But I was still buying tapes. 'Cause I bought the
Definitely.
Mobb Deep tape.
Ding, ding.
But then the next year I bought the CD. That's how good Mobb Deep's The Infamous was. I had the tape. I was like, nah, man.
This ain't enough.
I need that disc. And plus, the disc had an extra track on
A classic album for you that everyone says a classic, but you never heard.
it. A classic
The reason
album
I'm
for
saying that
me.
because I never heard that album you talking about.
Mobb Deep, Infamous.
What?
I know.
Are you
What's
crazy?
wrong
Let's get
with
past
you?
that.
No.
Let's get past that.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You too, nigga. Join me. We gotta stay together, brother. Hey, man. Come
Wait,
on,
what
brother.
was the
All day,
question?
you know what I'm
What's
saying?
your,
I haven't heard that album before.
How?
what's the album that's a classic that you don't think anybody's heard?
No, that's for you. As in, like, man, I need to listen to that. Everyone keeps saying that's a classic.
Oh,
It's not
I'm putting the
necessarily
energy
Mobb
on you.
Deep.
so you never heard the
Fuck
Infamous
yeah, go
album?
Hey,
back
man,
to
let's
that.
do it again.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm
Black
with
let
you.
him
yellow,
pass
black
that.
yellow.
Yeah.
Don't-
You know what it is.
Don't let the guys know. Don't let them know, man.
Yeah, go.
A classic album that I haven't heard. I don't know, man.
I'll start.
What you got?
Little C's, The Life and Times of Little C.
That ain't no classic.
It's a classic.
No,
it's not.
You're
When
crazy.
he naked on the album cover and they covered his parts.
that
Nah,
has so
man.
many hits.
Name one single on that.
What do you mean? That's the Junior Mafia single.
Which one?
Yeah.
It's the Get Money, and also they
Get Money
remixed
is
it.
not on there.
That show
They
ain't.
did. They're the best of them or the worst. Have mercy. He got
That's the Get Money. That's
Yeah,
on Junior
that's
Mafia's
on- right.
album.
That's
That's on
Junior Mafia.
Conspiracy.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Don't act like you
It
in on
is
this.
like he know he vouched for the other
He's
one.
like, yeah, it
He had
is,
Crush
guys.
on You on that album, then.
Crush on You was on
He
Lil'
wrote it.
Kim's album.
He wrote
That
it.
was Lil Kim's album.
He wrote that, and she
Which
took
album
it.
was that?
That's a fact.
Get back over
Did he
there.
really?
Yeah, he wrote that.
I thought
Look at that.
Biggie wrote his lyrics.
Which Lil
No,
Kim
man.
album?
He
was that?
wrote-
That was
he
the one where
wrote
she
that
was squatted
entire
down.
song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hardcore.
And then
hardcore.
obviously Biggie was the chorus. Look it up. I take that.
Biggie's on the chorus of that song?
You know, you made me on the
I
radio.
thought that was Lil C's.
I know you made me on the radio.
You know, Lil C's and Lil Kim all sounded like Biggie.
He was writing for them.
Yeah, they all sounded like Biggie. You, Like you can hear it. I can't think of no classic album that many consider a classic.
I'm going to really piss you off on this one.
Go ahead.
All the way through, I haven't heard it. Like in one sitting. I've heard all the songs, but I've never heard all the way through. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Jesus
That's
Christ,
a damn
Dia.
low-key album.
Yeah,
What are
I've
you
heard,
doing?
like I started off, I'm like, something happened. I gotta go, But I've heard all the songs, but I never actually like sat and listened to the whole album.
And just vibe to it. You never.
Vibe to it.
You wasn't hurting or nothing. That's the album. You know, I mean, it's just for any mood though. You didn't have a good long road trip.
No, I don't. You know, once you get certain past, get past a certain time, you having a good time with it, brother.
You keep hitting
laughing
me
Right.
with wrong words. I'm gonna have to call somebody.
I'm trying to vent to y'all, give y'all a little therapy, and y'all laugh at me.
I can't.
Y'all can never be my
I
therapist,
can't
man.
help it. Word fumbles make me
Fuck,
fun.
man.
They make me laugh every time.
Why?
Dog. I don't
I'm
know.
doing this,
It's
yo.
funny to me.
You just gotta
man.
push through.
He keep catching
So,
them all.
Even when he
Yeah.
push through, I'll be like, that would get me caught by killers in the house. If they came in and they was talking, I'm gonna kill you and your family. I'll be like, if they fumble, I'm gonna be like,
family.
they gonna find me in the laundry room. We heard you snickering.
This is how my brain works.
He gonna be
I
mad,
saying,
too.
I be saying words to put together. I'm like, use this right here. Use this here. No, fuck. You should use the subject and the predicate first.
Yeah, that was good.
Predicate,
right
that was
there.
a good one.
Predicate? That's tough. Why haven't you listened to Lauryn Hill all the way through?
He was miseducated.
Brody.
Bringing it around
Yeah.
up the stairs.
This late in the game.
Yeah, I know.
And still, you haven't had any.
Yeah, I've. It's
You,
just
you don't like the album?
no. I got nothing.
You listen
Have
to,
you heard
listen
it all, just not in one sitting?
I haven't heard. I've heard what's this from? Like it's a long
You
Hill
never
song.
put it on yourself?
No.
What you
After
be
you
doing?
like
Do
three-
you listen to music
let's
like
all,
that?
Let's all open up. Now that's your turn. Have you ever?
But no,
heard,
but do you? Maybe you don't listen to music like
I
that.
do. I do.
It might not be your thing.
But it's I'm a bar person.
She got bars.
As in, like, I like metaphors and analogies.
She got all
and
that.
similes.
You do got all that.
Yeah, but it's more singing though. It's kind of like a Drakey though.
She is singing a lot
Right.
on that album. Though.
So
I'll
it
give
was
you
not
that.
like I need
it's too soft for you?
See, now I'm about to get canceled.
So
No,
you don't,
you're
you don't
not.
like R&B.
Yeah.
I don't like R&B rap confusion.
Okay.
Like
So you don't like Drake,
I love Drake rapping.
but you don't like
I don't
his
like
albums. You be
confusions.
Skip City, right?
Just so we going home. That joint hurt you?
It doesn't hurt me. I enjoy. That's his biggest. When he sings, that's his biggest selling music. So I get why he does it, but I know he got bars.
Do you think if you could sing, maybe that would be like you'd resonate
It has
more?
nothing to do with singing. If I want to hear singing, I would.
Because you
listen
got
to singing.
bars, Dion. You got
If I want to,
Dion
hear
can
singing,
rap.
Dion can rap, dog.
Yes, that's why I like.
And he don't be fumbling in the rap.
Yeah.
Because he gets multiple takes.
If you see the recordings, nigga. If you see my nigga,
Yo, post
Take
the bloopers.
48.
He changes
Post the
bars
blue-
because he can't say words like
You
"Damn,
give
that
up
was
on
gonna
words?
be good."
nigga, hell yes, hell yes.
Post the bloopers, dog.
It got to a point I was like, I'm just gonna read these lyrics like this. Camera's right here. I'm looking read these lyrics. I am not trying to memorize this.
Have y'all ever fumbled during dirty talk during Smash?
Oh man,
Have y'all ever just been like, yeah,
wrong-
girl?
And she said, "What?
Who? Oh,
You want to?
I'm sure I have, but I wouldn't. It wouldn't. It don't slow the room down. You know what I mean? Like
You gotta say."
I'd be funny. It'd be funny in my own head.
yeah, girl. You handling it?
And the worst thing is, she got to say, "What you say?"
Right. Did you
She's
did you orgasm?
she's trying to piece it together. Like, what? What did you say?
oh yeah, securities come out.
You feeling the strap bumps? You always remix the word after the fumble. Did you?
Oh, okay. You acting stubborn. Let me put the leg up. Okay. You about to,
You say Epstein? What the fuck you doing?
So you keep going though. You keep going.
So you a nasty? I mean, naughty girl.
okay, stop. What is happening? What are you doing?
The remixing. The girl. So when how long? Just hush, boy.
You can't be politically correct in
I
sex.
could deal with a quiet room. I can
making love.
just straight breathing. No,
Oh,
I'd be
yeah.
aggressive. Just,
But at least the breathing.
I don't mind the silence. I live in
Quiet
the
is
silence.
weird, bro.
Hey,
quiet. It
I'm
gotta
just
be-
saying something to say something because it's quiet in here. You okay?
I mean, I'm quiet. I don't want her to be quiet.
it's the breathing.
Yeah, I like being quiet.
Yeah.
But I need some interaction.
But it always
on
gotta
other-
be a
but That's
word.
selfish of me. But I just like being quiet.
I mean, you got to get a word in here and there. Like, you good?
Yeah.
Like,
But like that's very comedian of you too. You know what I'm saying?
Something about the Benjamins, baby.
Tony, that's very comedian of everyone too. You know what I'm saying? You just got your audience like, oh, you ain't going to respond to these strokes. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna...
I said, give it up for these pumps. Oh, nobody giving it up for the
You
pumps.
ask a question, you stick it in like,
What was that?
yeah. All right,
So where you from? How long y'all been together?
You asking this question now?
Give it up for these ladies, man. Give it up for yourselves.
Shit's crazy.
Give it up for yourselves. Speaking of pumps,
Hello.
Blue Chew
Come on.
will help you out with the strokes.
look at you. Look at you.
Keep you hanging.
I was wondering why you asked this next question.
Yeah,
Man.
you know what I'm saying? Mid Lauryn Hill album and how you didn't appreciate it. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost.
What?
You can take them anytime, day or night, as you. Oh man, my bad. So you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part? It's all done online.
What?
So no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward, conversations, and, no waiting in line at the pharmacy, because people going to look at your purchases in line. They gonna be
Nosy.
like, oh, what you get?
What you got?
Even though they be throwing your little medicine in a little paper bag and shit.
I go online for my hard-on time.
You go online? Yeah. Do you have a hat on when you get your stuff online? Like have it pulled down tight like Jason Bourne in another country?
I put my finger
Trying to
over
be
the little
low-key.
screen.
You ever see how men dress when you go to the adult store?
Yeah.
They be
Trench
having the
coat.
hat on tight, trench
Yeah.
coat. They be in there like,
COVID mask.
But when you go in there with your lady, you be mask off. You be talking loud. What's up, y'all?
Yeah. we might have a little time of our life tonight.
Yeah, we in here together. You know what I'm saying?
Point
Ain't
to
no
what you
loneliness
want on the
here.
wall.
You be mad excited. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package.
Get that good old USA.
Privacy.
Yeah, privacy, if you will. I tried a Blue Chew when I had a threesome. I had the Blue Chew going, so I was able to hang in there.
Stood tall.
I stood tall. You know what I'm saying?
Stood tall.
The penis showed up. Cause that could have been disastrous. The penis like, nah, man. Like, come on, man. I need you now. Like, nah, man. Look out, man.
We gonna sit this one out.
This ain't a good time, man. I'm on the bench, coach. I'm like, come on. I'm throwing chairs. Come on. This is not what we hired you for.
Penis is in contract negotiations.
Man. With Blue Chew, wait, hold on. My bad, John.
You good?
I need my glasses.
I still gotta go get mine.
Oh man, get in on this, man.
Use mine.
Oh,
Man, you ain't got no lenses, man.
ain't no protection there.
Those don't have no lenses.
With Blue Chew, men everywhere are excited to see the postman because when your package has arrived, They always say first impressions are important. What about lasting impressions?
Right.
It's time to get off the couch and back to work. If your tool needs an upgrade, head to BlueChew.com. Women say there's nothing sexier than confidence, and Blue Chew can help give you the confidence where it counts. So if you could benefit from extra confidence where it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we put together a special deal for our listeners.
What?
Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code ISSUES at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code ISSUES to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast.
You gotta be a goddamn fool not to get that deal.
Man.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Free?
Still keep telling y'all Blue Chew weekend. We need a Blue Chew cruise.
I'm down.
Blue Chew Cruise, I'm with it.
That's a tongue twister.
Blue
Blue Chew
Cruise.
quit
Give it to us.
It feel like it.
Give it to us
Blue
real
Chews
quick. You know?
Cruise.
He hit it.
Blue Chews Cruise. I didn't do it. I didn't do the R and Cruise.
We got Brody in here.
Hey,
What's up, Brody?
What's up, guys, man? How y'all doing?
How you been, man? How's the family? How's the kids?
It's good, good to be back here, man. Kid's good. He turned 7 in February. He's grown.
Hey.
Big
Time
party.
flies.
Big man, dog. Not a big party this year, but we went out. He ate a big ass meal because he's a grown man.
He be eating.
He be eating, dog. He be eating it all.
What's the big birthdays for kids? 5?
Now it's just
I think
5
one
and
for
18.
sure.
One?
One for sure. 2, then you trying to like, oh, they can walk now.
Right.
You know? So you're trying to do something that's a walking activity. Then 3, you start feeling like, all right, man, like we did this 2 years in a row.
Same
You
thing.
gotta take a break off. And at 4, you're like, oh, they can Chuck E. Cheese it. And then after that, it's like, we can't do Chuck E. Cheese again.
Right.
So then you do some
always
outside, you
gotta
do a
one-up.
barbecue. Yeah.
I thought it was like 1, 5, 10, 15. Those are the big ones.
So you got 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you do it
1, 5, 10,
for both of them?
15, 16. Because
16 you gotta do, yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Wait, why 15 and 16?
15 is just like them little milestones, you know?
Not 13?
Yeah,
first
13.
teenager.
You good.
See, this is how you end up celebrating all of them.
Yeah,
birthday.
because it's always something.
When
This
you
the
do
last
something.
12 was the last
Yeah.
before the
Right.
before the teen, and then the teen, and then the 14. That's when you get middle school. You got to celebrate that, and then 15 is just
It's 15. It's in the middle.
Or 16. They got their provisional.
and then 16
you know,
is sweet.
16 is 17. It's the last before they an adult.
17 is and that's a good number. Then 18, that's when you know what I'm saying, they can vote. So you gotta
do that.
And then 19, that's the next year after 18. You got to do that. And 20 is just a crazy number because
It's even. It's even.
Yeah.
And then 21 is just
You can drink.
They can
Yeah,
drink.
you grow. You
gotta have a
full
drink
adult.
with them.
And then 22, you celebrating being a year
Don't
into
stop.
adulthood.
I think by 23 it hushes down finally, right? Maybe 23.
Then the 23, Jordan's number was 23.
So
So
then
you
you got
got
the
to.
Jordan
that's
party,
funny,
Jordan
you know what
theme.
I'm
saying?
You got it.
And then 24, you know what I'm saying? 24-hour fitness, 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
show-
got
For
to
the
celebrate.
show,
Keep
yeah.
for 7.
Yeah, keep
Man,
for
25,
keep
insurance
for
drop. 25, that's a quarter.
Insurance
You're allowed
drop.
for a quarter of a
That's
second.
25 is a big one.
Celebrate that.
You can rent a
Insurance
car.
drop
That's a big
25.
one. Rent a
Yeah.
vehicle.
But that's when all the bullshit goes out. Hey, when you turn 25, if you fuck up in the streets, people like, yo, you too old for this. You too young. You too old for this shit. You can't be getting these parking tickets. You
Yeah.
can't be.
Right.
people
You know,
start-
it's interesting too because you look at those like I always when you read the newspaper you find out somebody dies and they write a local man. Like there's a certain age where it's like man nobody gives a shit. Like when they have it like a good prime young age, people are like that's what a young soul. But when they be like a local man by the age of 24 died, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People don't give a shit. They're like, he's a grown ass adult.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything
He knew
after
better.
they don't care.
But even at 20, when I was 24, I didn't feel grown.
Oh, I don't feel grown now.
Yeah.
I still don't.
Yeah.
I'll be like, man, I'll be paying my own bills.
At what age will you not fight a child? I know
What's
that
the
sounds
cutoff?
crazy. As in like
fight
an
back?
18-year-old, like going down. The lowest age you be like, I ain't gonna fight you, man. You too young for me. He's like, hey man, I'm sick of your shit. He pushing you like, yo, my man, you too young. You a kid,
How
man.
old are we in this scenario?
Right now.
What state?
I-
Wait,
Oh,
we-
what's the
we
lowest
going
age
down.
we
I
fight?
ain't- I
What
ain't-
state fighting all of them?
What state are we in?
I don't want to.
Because the age
I'm
changes
talking
per
like
state.
if he like
Wait,
18,
hold on. Do y'all know how strong a 16-year-old is?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know? Yeah.
At what age you going
Our
down?
bones ain't
where
even
you be
like-
nah,
We
that's
might get stumped
5
out,
years
bro.
old.
5?
Yeah.
You gonna fight a 6-year-old?
Hell yeah, if he bringing it. If he really want it, I'm going to give it to him.
You-
If he wants it, I'm giving him what he wants. He thought he was tough. You got to let these kids know early.
You
Hey,
throwing
man,
crowns?
I'll slap the shit out of you, man. I'm slapping
You fight him in front of people or on the low,
Yeah,
like
if
in the
he-
back
if he
room.
shoving me in front of people, I'm like, oh, you want this?
So like, no, think about that. You really you just hit a kid. Tony
Yeah.
Baker just hit a kid. Imagine the people looking at you.
I
acting
want
like
them to
you-
see the full
are you-
video.
You going to take
Ma'am,
that?
you
gonna
record
take
this?
that?
You record this, ma'am? Keep
I'm
recording.
going to make sure people, y'all see what he's doing, right? Y'all
Look at
see
his
what he's
hands.
doing?
You know what-
I'm going to be in the...
That'll kill.
Yeah, them hands.
That was hands. That's way too big for that's way too big for a 16-year-old.
He
You
died.
gotta let these kids know
He died,
they gotta
Tony.
be ready for
Nah.
the ramifications of their actions.
He has blunt force trauma.
That's
Tony.
manslaughter right there. That's
Nah, that kid gonna be all right. It's gonna be a light slap.
It's gonna be a life lesson.
I'm gonna spread the fingers.
Oh,
no.
he might be able to jump
gonna be
through.
like-
That creates whelps. That creates the whelps when you get
Hey,
the.
man, these kids gotta know early.
That's funny as hell.
You can't just run around shoving people and
You
not
hear that?
expect
You hear
to
that
get tapped
6-year-olds out
out.
there listening to the podcast?
Uh-huh.
Y'all 6-year-olds.
Let that be a lesson, man. Don't be running up on
Anybody's
me.
kids, I hate when a
Be
kid.
Capri Sun juice and crayons everywhere.
Listen, I'll
When
slap
someone's
big ass
child is
wipeout
playing with
hand
you,
coming
they
across.
try to hit you. You look like if this is your child, and I'm like, hey, get your son, bitch. He's playing with you like, no, seriously, get him.
Right.
Why
I
is he
ain't
trying
gonna
to
lie.
slap me? Yo, why is he trying to slap me?
Yeah.
I did something I do not feel good about one time, man.
Come on.
I was at the park. This is when I was
so
with my
you
son.
too slapped.
I did something I'm not proud of, man.
What'd you do, Brody?
My son was probably a good young 2 years old where he was just walking, but just like you give him a little shove, he gets knocked, he's gonna fall over. type
Yeah.
of- You know, and then he had his cousins with him. They a little older, maybe they're like 7 or something like that. They were doing yoga on one side of the park, and there was one kid, maybe 9 or 10, running around like a maniac on the park. You know, you a certain age, you say this kid's being a maniac.
Yeah.
Like he was running around just wherever
No
he wanted to
training.
go.
Yeah.
I literally saw him he was about to just run. My kids, they doing yoga, they doing innocent stuff at the park.
They're
you
doing
know?
dual parent
They on
household
one
stuff.
foot. I see this kid right about to slam it. I couldn't help it,
Yeah.
man. My foot went out.
Oh.
It went out.
Oh yeah.
I tripped the kid.
Yeah.
The kid flew.
That's
Didn't hit my
legal
kid.
though. That's legal.
Yeah.
I tripped, but I felt so, like I literally did one of those, like I looked the other way and then just put my foot out.
He slid like the
That
coach
coach
on
was so
winning time.
crisp the way it connected. It was. I didn't know trips could still work like that. I didn't use the trip in a minute. Oh, first he flew. He took off because he was running at a high
Yeah.
speed, and I
Yeah.
clipped up his good foot. Flew, hit the Superman, and
Yeah.
then might have did like and then you into the lawn.
He did a super
Did you hit
slap.
him with the parent cuss out? Are you
Oh,
okay?
then his parent came up like and started like charging me. He had a wife beater. I was like, oh, I didn't know your father was him. You know, he
Yeah.
came up in my face like, yo, nigga, you know, you just gonna trip kids? Nah, this motherfucker's tripping kids out here. He's hitting kids. I was like, nah, he was gonna run into that. I was like, I tried to get out. I was like, oh damn. I'm
So
about
you
to
didn't look for parents. You didn't search for parents.
It was a birthday
It's
party.
instinctual.
Oh.
It was like a birthday party.
So
There's mad
he
kids at the
peeped
park.
the scene.
He
He was
peeped the
like-
whole scene, and I just saw this kid. I mean, I saw he was kind of terrorizing a lot of kids. Like he was
Yeah.
playing with the young
He
kids.
deserved the trip. Is what
He
you're
deserved
saying.
it.
was
Yeah,
at a
absolutely.
park. Let me defend this young man. First of all, he's from a single family household. He didn't get to the park. So these wild kids that you call them aren't wild kids. They're just not used to the freedoms that dual household parents
like a
provide.
backyard
they
dog.
got daddy time at the park. They got mama time at the park. Then they got both times. This little boy is just from a single family household. They like go and get out there and make some friends. And
But he
just
wasn't
like,
trying to. He was terrorizing. I don't know what game he was playing, but like it just seemed that he was just chasing down all these little kids.
But a trip is legal. Full on legal, and a hip check is legal too.
You're innocent,
How'd
Brody.
you get out of
Man,
there?
I
hip
felt
check
bad. The
a
dude started
4-year-old?
grabbing his kid and his belongings and the buns he brought, whatever he brought to the cookout. He's like, nah, backing up. Nah, we out of yeah, I'm checking for you. And I was like, cool, check for me. As soon as he cleared that out, got out of that thing, I was like, all right, it's time for everyone to get out of here.
game time.
Yeah.
Packed all the kids back in the car. I was like, it's time to go because I ain't going to get cussed out
He
and
said, "I'm
my
checking
ass
for
beat
you."
in front of my kids.
Is there a point in time when you should like tell the parent like, hey, get your kid, or should you take matters into your own hand?
to the kid yourself.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, what it seems like the better because if the parent ain't doing nothing, it seems like somebody got to handle it.
My belief is the trauma should fall on their household instead of mine.
Oh yeah, so
Like,
take
why
matters.
my kid got to come
Take
home
matters in your own
acting
hands.
like I'm getting bullied. No, you take this adult beating and go on with your life and your trauma.
It is uncomfortable. You have your child like, hey, this little kid is hitting my
Yeah.
daughter. Whose parent is this? Whose parent is this? They're like this. You like this. Shove.
Yeah.
What about when
When you see
tell
nobody
your-
do
when you-
nothing?
When
Yeah.
you tell your kid, go ahead, hit him back, and they're like, no. You're like, what, man? What we practice?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like because they got to know. You
Right.
got to know your kid is doing extra.
Terrorizing shit.
Come
Yeah,
on, man.
That's what you
I
want.
mean, some people are overprotective for their children, though. They be like,
They'll take
your
offense.
your son has been very disruptive in class.
Right.
What have you been doing?
Yep.
What have you been doing?
Right.
You will not raise kids. You'll not do a
You think it's easy for me? You think I want this?
It just happened.
It just happened. Who are you to judge my parents? What have you done in your life? I'm checking for you. I'm checking for you. What that dude look like? Was he black?
He was. I think the kid was definitely mixed. He was definitely half black, half like either Filipino or Mexican. You know. So the kid, he was a taller kid. Like just, I don't know if he was on the same level as everyone. You know what I'm saying? But like I knew that he was about to run into.
So you saying he shouldn't have been at the party?
I don't think he should have been.
You saying he was on the spectrum?
He might have been on. You know, he
So
might have
then
been.
you
He might have been
Baby
paying
Huey.
$59.99 a month
You
for
tripped the kid on the spectrum?
internet, and phone, and wireless. Yes, you know.
The fact that
if
he
we-
packed up the buns though. And
He
left.
packed up
You know what?
stuff.
I'm
He-
checking for you. He
Yeah,
grabbed his little
he was
hot
still
dog
looking at me
buns.
just
I'm
like
checking
that.
for you. He
Checking
grabbed
for-
the mustard. Barbecue
Making
sauce.
hella noise.
He grabbed one Frank, no bun. I'm checking for you.
out the grill.
Jiggling.
Hot,
I'm checking
hot
for you.
still.
A soda at the
Hot
bottom
glizzy.
of the
He was never gonna leave that food anyway. He had no intention of leaving that
Nah,
food.
but I feel like he was in the middle of just like drinking, you know, talking trash, and then like saw me do the thing and saw his kid fly, and the kid didn't even cry. He kind of like skirted and just ran the other direction. I was like, man, I would have
used to it.
It would have hurt me so bad to see like my son get like just plowed over by some older kid, because you know when they that young, you don't know how, like, you really think they're the most delicate thing
Right.
in the world. You don't realize they can take a little licking. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
What,
yeah,
what
yeah,
do
yeah.
you do on the other side?
They always fall
if-
on their feet. Like little cats.
What do you do on the other side if you seen somebody stick their foot out and your kid go?
Oh,
fly?
I'm doing a
Same
grabbing
nigga.
Are you the guy?
300 kick to the back of that parent. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you just
300
coming in kick
yeah,
first.
Kick
No,
and
no,
Sparta,
I'm
for
checking
Sparta
for you.
for everyone.
You're like, wait, we was doing yoga
All
over
the-
here.
Yeah, for Sub-Zero, for Liu Kang, for whoever's kick roundhouse.
Boy, what if your baby was finna hit their kid?
Yeah, what if it was the same scenario?
Same
Your
scenario.
kid's out of control.
He out of
Yeah.
And
control.
then somebody just took matters into their own hands.
Doing yoga in a
I
park.
might have to just sacrifice
granola.
myself, man, and dive into that situation so no one gets harmed. No.
What if you try to defend somebody, your girl, like somebody slapped your girl's butt, like, hey, what's up, sweetheart? You be like, yo, what the fuck? And you try, oh, my bad, bro. And he's like, I know martial arts. You don't want this smoke, man. Would you be like, noted? Or would you be like, nah, you about to get this smoke? And you keep like,
I gotta see that. I gotta see that water stance. You know what I'm saying?
His reaction, though, gives you the bailout. Because he was like, nah, man, I don't want no smoke. You be
yeah.
like, all right, man.
You got lucky.
Don't let it happen again.
Yeah.
I think your girl be like, excuse me?
Nah, I came in.
I
but
did my part.
He knew martial arts.
Yeah.
The conversation.
He keeps like, move, bro, move. Just walk away. Just walk away. You be like,
Right. I do this.
You coming in hot with a conversation means you bailed out already. After you see him grab your girl's cheeks, and you like, hey man, what was that about? You already came in with the bail
Hey,
out.
explain to me why you grabbed her cheeks, please.
What were they doing to
It's
you?
supposed to be an automatic fight, right? Yeah. It ain't supposed to be no combo about that situation. Yeah.
No, normally you gonna say something. You gonna be like, hey man, you gonna come in with a shove or something.
yeah.
Usually a shove
Sure,
and a word.
But what if,
Hey man, what the fuck, bro?
My bad.
You ever be nervous that you gonna sound whack because you don't have your right angry voice
ain't
on?
ready
You know what I'm
yet?
saying?
That's the thing.
You know, like you say.
Yeah, when you mad, when I'm mad, I fumble. I be
Hey, man,
saying
what
all-
the
I be
heck,
saying
man?
all kinds.
Man, what the
Come on,
heck, man?
come on, bro.
dog.
Yeah.
you got one shoe on because you was tired of your shit. Oh, shit, nigga, I fuck shit.
Come on, shucks, man. That's my girl.
Shucks.
I'm checking for you, man.
Yeah,
I'm checking
I
for
try
you.
not to talk because my voice cracked. So it's kind of hard to come in hot with it.
You got the trace on.
Yeah, I got the high
You sound like you about to cry.
It do. It's like, just got to swing.
I would imagine I probably wouldn't say much, just on pure just reaction. Honestly, I don't know what I would do. I've never been in that situation.
I'm very reasonable. So if they was like, if I came in with a question and they had a good enough answer, I might be like, you know what? That was pretty.
I do martial arts is a good enough answer.
But is that like, what if he don't? He just keeps slapping girls.
I'll be like,
I'm like,
yo,
you don't have to show me.
what's your Instagram? Then I look on his page. If he got mad flyers or fights,
he keep doing it like
13 and 1
Mr.
UFC.
Smacky Girl.
You
All
just gotta
That's
start.
good.
You know how you start checking.
Let me get your gram.
Start moving slow.
What's your Instagram?
All right, bro. Take your shit off
Really
slow.
be fighting.
Oh, he was in Thailand.
you
last
see a
night.
trail of him doing it. It's like hit that same shit that me. You see he going in parks like, oh hey, my bad, bro. I know martial arts. He be like he seen walking like, hey, sweetheart. Like,
What if he was
all
doing
these niggas
it
is
in the
falling for
karate outfit?
Yeah, it's Sylvester Smacks.
He got the whole outfit on doing it.
In a gi?
Bare feet
Wearing
and
a
all.
gi, in a gi, just smacking ass.
with
Yeah.
Cobra Kai on the back.
Hey,
Smacking Saturdays. Here we are, yeah.
hey. All right.
The last nigga like, fuck martial arts. Like, all the other niggas like, yeah.
I know karate don't do it for me. I know too many people in karate that can't fight.
I be seeing them getting their ass beat in videos. I be like, they be getting whooped. This
Street
karate.
fights is always different.
Yeah.
In class, everybody look good till they get hit.
Right.
You're
What's
not
it,
coming
Mike
with the
Tyson?
choreographed expected punch.
Yeah.
You see that drag of the back foot in the sand, you know what I'm saying, when they prepping, you know, and they still get their ass whooped.
It's just like seeing the
Embarrassing.
gangster throw that first punch and not land, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be bad for you,
Yeah.
gangster.
Yeah.
Because it ain't structured on the street. Ain't no rules.
Yeah.
No rules.
It ain't no.
There's,
I'm
set my
fighting
hands
dirty.
first.
there's freestyle dancing and then there's 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, that's karate. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I did karate.
The funny thing, they have a gun like, fuck that shit, nigga. You try to block it?
I had to get out of karate fast, man. I remember I did it, and then I was like, I couldn't see how this was ever going to become me defending myself. We did this thing called Kato 1, which is damn near like a karate dance performance. And you do one kick to the front, one kick to the right, one kick to the front, do a spin, repeat those kicks, come into this thing. And that was like our recital. We practiced 6 weeks to do that in front of parents.
Oh, to get your yellow
My
belt.
mom was like, man, we get the fuck out of here, man. We ain't doing this.
Did y'all do
Yeah.
martial arts?
Choreographed.
Yeah, you didn't
I
even
did
get the
in college.
blocks.
I didn't.
Nah, I didn't even get the
when I
blocks,
was
man.
5.
I was doing the blocks on Mortal Kombat before I was doing it in my little class.
I
yo.
was scared somebody's feet touching my face. That's the only reason I never did martial arts. I don't want to taste feet.
Taste the feet.
I mean, taste defeat.
Don't taste defeat.
Pun intended.
I got kicked out because my mom kept leaving me for more than one class, and they're like, "I'm not no fucking babysitter lady."
Oh, you just be there.
She
to-
dropped me off at one class. I'd be there for 4 classes.
You had karate, judo, and arts
She
and
got her
crafts in one
nails
Saturday.
done. She done went
He
visiting
had
friends.
pottery class. And his gi. Still in the
just
gi
sitting
there.
there.
Craig had the outfit on. He
Making
was just
faces
sitting
in
there
a
waiting.
karate outfit.
Like, hey, man, when your mama coming? Craig was like, soot.
a black belt by
Hey,
5
man, call
p.m.
your mama. Huh?
Sit ya.
They cut the lights out on him. He was like, soot, soot, soot.
They're like, he's
See the
disciplined.
custodian? Your mom left you here again.
Soot.
Well, why you at it? Here's some wax on, wax off. Here you while
That's
you
a
at it.
beautiful story, actually. That's a beautiful movie right there. The janitor.
is.
You know what I'm saying? Teaches the kid
The
really how to fight
janitor
after school.
teaches him?
The janitor.
That's a good movie right there.
Doing the
That's
same
called
moves like
Karate
this.
Kid.
Push. Huh?
It's called Karate Kid. He was a janitor in the second one.
Oh, Miyagi was a janitor?
In the second one with
Was he?
Jaden Smith, he was the.
Oh, you mean
Oh,
the
Jackie
remake?
Chan, yeah.
Custodian, if you will.
I had to
He
clean up
was
my
a
life.
custodian.
He sure was a custodian, huh?
Yeah,
That
they
was a
really
good
kicked
remake.
me out.
That was a good
They
remake.
should definitely do a sequel, man.
here.
They should definitely do a sequel, man. That was a
Oh,
great
he did
movie.
say
That's a
that.
good
You
remake.
sounded just like him.
I hate it here. Yo, I believed him in that moment.
Oh, yeah.
He was acting his
I
ass off.
believed him
did
in that
good.
moment.
Yo, if the universe is connected, imagine he said he hated it here and he ends up in the pursuit of happiness life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If those universes are connected.
Oh, you want to go live with your father? And then in the bathroom, foot on the door. Yeah. No, you hate this here, right? Because I'm in China. You living my best life, bitch. That would be mad funny. I hate it here.
He'd have went back.
The pursuit of karate.
You selling medical appliances
Right.
with your father on the streets of San Francisco.
She need appliances. She need.
Make a
He didn't
decision.
complain that much, did he?
In pursuit of happiness?
Yeah.
No.
He didn't complain that much.
Nah,
He
he
was
was
good.
taking. He liked the flow.
Because he knew why he was there. That's the karate kid. He ended up there. His fro was out. He didn't have his hair braided no more.
There's no other options.
Jaden
didn't know
Smith
the
was
greatest
2-0 initially.
Yeah.
And then
And
after
then
Earth came
After
out.
Earth, man, messed up the track record.
Yeah. Whose fault is that? You think it's M. Night Shyamalan?
Did he
Or
do that one?
Will-
Yeah,
he was
that
like
was M. Night.
directed,
He was
right?
executive producer. He didn't direct it, did he?
Yeah.
M. Night directed that joint too?
Yes, Lord.
He kind of redeemed himself
It
with
looked good.
Get Down.
Split?
To get down, he did. He did.
Yeah, he redeemed himself.
But he
did
just
redeem
did another
himself
one.
to
I
get down.
just watched it too. It was it's like damn these people.
The one when he falls in love for.
It's no they like it's like they're at an island and everyone ages like.
Oh, you talking about M. Night? Yeah, old.
old.
They were talking about Jaden.
I thought he meant Jaden.
Oh, Jaden. No, I don't
Yeah,
think
oh,
Jaden's
Jaden.
done anything since Coachella.
Yeah, he just shit. he just did a movie where he dates a girl that's dying. He meets her
He
when she's
was in that
dying.
joint.
Yeah, and then he has
the name of it.
365 days with her or something.
How old
like
is
that.
he in that one?
He's a teenager.
Oh, so he's playing a teenager. Like,
But he was on track to be like that next. Well,
I mean, he was 2-0.
Right.
That was some good looks on
yeah,
both.
coming
on
out,
both
yeah,
movies.
out the gate, yeah.
And then After Earth,
But then he dropped albums and went on tour with Justin Bieber. And,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Odd
musically,
Future.
oh yeah, he's great.
Icon is a fire song.
Yeah.
That song's so hard.
He's never stopped working. He's just
Oh no, I mean, do we have to work though right now?
Yeah.
When your parents is who they are, you can
Yeah.
just
I know.
chime in on a.
He got his own millions.
He does, but I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
I feel like you should always be working on something.
Yeah.
You know.
What do you think Jaden thinks about the smack? Did y'all discuss that?
I would love to know what the family discussions are in regards to the smack.
Besides his post of that's how we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like really, what's the real talk about that? You know,
Yeah, I would
Will's like, yeah, you
love
see what we
to-
do for our women, son. You know, like
I would love to be a fly on the wall when they talking about
Fuck
the
that.
slap.
I want to hear Chris backstage of like, nigga, did that really just happen? Like, I want to hear.
He said that on stage.
No, but I want to hear like who's on the ride home like, this is never going away. Like, I want to hear him say that. Like,
Who will?
no, Chris.
Oh yeah. I think Chris is in better shape than Will though.
yeah.
Not for one for being the victim of the slap, but he's also a comedian. So
Yeah.
he can, comedians, we really can't lose.
That
Right,
becomes
right.
a 15-minute
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
right there.
Chris
Just-
Rock cannot lose in this scenario.
His next special should be called Oscars
It could be
or the slap.
it could- he said
Just
it
about to
win
slap.
on
He
so
called
many
King Richard.
levels about the slap, but he has to
Call it
address
King
it.
Richard, huh?
He's got to
Yeah.
make fun of it. But
Yeah,
once
yeah.
he does, he's won. Will is gonna have the bigger struggle in terms of getting over the
Will's
slap.
not gonna hurt. He's gonna do all
He
his
gonna be fine.
movies.
He
But
can't
it's
slap
still-
someone in a script ever again. If they have a
it's
smack
still gonna
season,
be
can I
rougher
just
on
punch
him.
him? Because we can't.
And he
you know.
made so much off of King Richard after the slap promotion. I call it the slap promotion because
Slap
everybody
promotion.
that
Slap
was
shot.
involved in that
Surprisingly,
made a lot of
G.I.
money.
Jane numbers went up.
Did it?
Yep.
Yeah,
I see that. I see that going
I
up.
watched that
rented
like last year.
Because people going back to be like, what
What
was
the
this
hell
about?
G.I.
about?
Jane? Yeah.
Yeah.
G.I. Jane. I see that.
Yeah,
His
I
book
forgot
sales,
about this
Will
movie.
Smith's book sales went up.
Yeah.
So
Chris
everything,
Rock's
everyone's
tour-
profit.
well,
Yeah,
he's always
everything,
selling out
everybody
his tour
profited.
anyway.
He's gonna be fine financially, but still, there's still gonna be a stigma on Will and not
Yeah.
on Chris.
But
that's
who's
why I say it's gonna be
not
harder
going
for
to
Will.
hire Will?
An
Well, they
alopecia, like-
put stuff on pause.
Man,
this
that's
now.
stuff that was in the future. But like
Yeah.
if
That's Bad Boys 4 is still gonna happen.
yes,
It's still
But
gonna
that
happen.
also
It's
wasn't
not like he's
something
going
that was
to
gonna be
doing
an Oscar.
fast food commercials. You know what I mean?
Missed opportunity. Why was the last one not? Why was 4 not Bad Boys for Life?
I don't know
Nigga,
why
with
they
the
did
numbers.
that.
Why? I
I
hate
was
when
so
they do that.
confused.
I hate when
I
they
don't
do
know why
that,
they
man.
did that. I
And
was like, man.
Use your numbers. You know, like I always
Right.
like Two-lander. Why Zoolander? Two-lander. You could've- you just
and
missing-
that's the dumb part. People acting like Will finna be homeless, eating sardines out the
Oh,
can.
yeah,
He is
nah.
about to be
Yeah.
good. He's still gonna be getting that good food, that good meals like Hello Fresh.
Nothing
He gonna be
Come on!
Will gonna be getting them
I see
good
what you
meals,
did
man.
there.
And with
Dirty
Hello
bastard.
Fresh, you can get farm fresh and seasonal produce and easy to make recipes delivered right to your door every week. Ingredients travel from the farm straight to your doorstep and it's about as fast as a week. So they always arrive fresh. And without a trip to the grocery store. That's the biggest thing. Half the time, I just don't want to be out. I want to get my stuff delivered to me right away. And it's all about the convenience with HelloFresh. Not only do the ingredients come pre-portioned, so you're not overbuying or wasting food, but it's easier than ever to than like finding meals. And you can get family-friendly and quick and easy recipes.
Family friendly.
Customize your favorite dishes with their new Hello Custom offerings by swapping out protein from one side, upgrading for a free Lux experience, or even adding protein to a veggie meal.
Oh.
That means more choices, more variety, and more meals truly tailored just for you. Yeah. If you want to get HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com/issue16 and use code issue16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts.
16 free meals.
HelloFresh.com/16 issue16 and use code issue16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts.
Yeah. Man, you got to be a goddamn fool.
Let 'em
not to
know,
get
babe.
16 free meals.
Let them know, Tony.
big facts.
Imagine your
Like a
favorite
transition.
restaurant. Yo, man, we're going to give you 16 free meals.
Even if
your
it ain't
ass
my
gonna be in
favorite.
there every day.
Every damn day.
I'll be at Arby's every day. That ain't even my favorite. That ain't even on the list.
I tell you who I would turn down
Get
if
wet
it was like
sandwiches.
16 free
Who?
meal. Yoshinoya.
Nigga, I was about to say
They
that.
got
you got-
shrimp now.
No, but they got-
Yoshinoya is trash.
No, they got good chicken wings.
Nah.
Their wings
That
are
has to
good.
be
It's a beef
bowl
mafia
spot.
cover up.
Y'all tripping,
It has
man.
to be a El Chapo cover up.
That place is dreadful.
You think they're just laundering their money in
They
there?
have
Yes.
to. Yo, when I found out, let me tell y'all something, man. Have you ever watched El Chapo? Mm-hmm. Do you know how?
Wait,
huh?
El Chapo.
The story of him, the
movie.
of like the documentary.
I just heard the 2 Chainz.
He has so much money,
Chapo Jr.
he couldn't give it away quick enough. He donated it to like charities. He's giving it to businesses.
They
People
start
can't
buying
take
homes
money.
just to put it into the walls.
People couldn't take money because if you put it in the bank, they will flag them.
Right.
So you only pay like 9,900 in the bank. So you try to get here, but he's making like $750 million a month.
Yeah.
So only thing he can do is bury the money. So he's giving money to like orphanages and this, but they like we can't just have cash on hand.
Yeah.
I can't put it in the bank because they gonna say where I got it from.
Right.
So now he has like say, don't tell where you got this from. Slowly put it in there. People like, I need this money, but I need it in my bank so I can pay my bills.
Right.
I can't pay this with cash. So like that was the problem. He only got caught because he had too much money.
The rats were eating millions of dollars of his. That's how much
Crazy,
money
dude.
he had.
Them rats was
See, that's why you
restored
gotta
and
buy
wet.
art. You know, you gotta buy assets. Like that's why people they launder money through it.
I thought it was
I
an
thought it was
ad.
that too. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
read
why you
this
buy
one.
a Hello
Yeah.
Fresh piece of art.
I'm like, we didn't have this one.
You know, with
Brody
Blue
brought
Chew
his own.
NFTs, you too can invest in yourself and other assets in the Blue Chew NFT run.
Brody
Around.
promote his company.
I brought my own company on the podcast.
You know what? I've been recently like on an artist kick ever since I went to New York and I saw that mural by Keith Haring, the Crack Is Whack joint.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it just made me just start YouTubing Keith Haring, and then next thing you know, it's Basquiat, and then it's Van Gogh, and I was just like, so when I was looking at Basquiat had a painting that sold for $110 million like recently. And
The
I was
most
just
expensive
like,
painting ever sold was a Basquiat.
It's one of. He's like the most expensive for an American painter or something like that. And I was just like, but whoever bought it before that had bought it for like maybe $30 million. So I'm just like, man, if you bought it for $30 million and it sells again for 110, I'm like, man, art is the way to go.
That's what Jay-Z's
That's why-
talking about. We got Basquiat on my baby's wall,
Yeah.
Blue's wall. I was like, oh.
That's the thought of Bitcoin and NFTs.
Yeah.
It's about how much you put value on it. But it backfired with the first tweet. You guys hear about that?
No.
The guy sold his first tweet for like, I'm going to throw a number out there just for the sake of easy math, like $100 million. Somebody bought it. He tried to resell it. Nobody wanted to buy it. So he was like, my first rate is $270. No one bid on it. So he lost $100 million because he bought it from the original guy who had
Wait, what did he buy?
the very first tweet. The guy who owns Twitter,
Oh, he bought the
tweeted
very
out.
first tweet ever.
yeah, as an NFT.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I want that. $100 million. I don't know the real number.
Right.
But then he tried to resell it to try to get more money. I was like, I want that shit. He's like, all right, let me start off low then. $270.
Retweet it.
Who's the dude that bought it?
Look it up.
It's just like the dude that brought the last football that Tom Brady threw, and then they refunded him because Tom Brady came back. He bought it for all these millions of dollars.
They
and-
refunded him?
Damn, that
yeah,
gotta
they
be- that's
refunded
cold.
him.
That's dope.
bro.
They refunded him.
Yeah.
The tweet sold. He bought it for $2.9 million, and I think it said it's up for grabs for $14,000.
Oh, it went up now. The rich,
Yeah.
Man, you be lying, Dion.
Nigga.
You told us
Making up.
$100 million.
He did say
yeah.
that he just threw out a number.
Yeah,
I
I
did
But
like
still-
the story better than the real story, but nonetheless.
But it did start off at
That's a big-
$2.9 million for a tweet. Come on, oh
That's-
my
that's
God,
ridiculous,
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you think that would make any investment? Who cares?
Yeah.
That's who
NFT,
cares?
nigga, the little monkey pictures are selling right now.
Well, you know,
But
it's,
why? Like I
don't
just
know.
don't
In the
understand.
cyber-
It's art.
It's literally people are. If you're in it, then you're buying it because you think that it's going to be something later on. That's pretty much what it is. It's like we got to keep throwing money at this to make it live, to make it exist, to make
Yeah.
it bigger than what it is. Because then people will be like, you know what? I'll mess with it. I'll buy in.
See,
and I think
I
that
understand NFTs from the metaverse point of view, like Snoop getting Death Row and starting the Death Row house and pulling all of Death Row's music off of all of the streaming platforms.
And you only can listen to it,
And you
yeah.
can only listen to it where his house is.
Metaverse,
the
like
metaverse
nightclub.
world.
Well, that's having utility to your NFT. Like, if it's just a piece of, like, just a JPEG damn near, you know, there's no purpose for it. But, that, like, even Steph Curry's NFT, you know, had utility. Like, it's part of a game. Like, you could actually use them to, what's his, I can't remember what his joint's called. Something, Bored Apes or something like that?
Yeah.
I think that's Steph Curry's joint. But anyways, like, it has, you can use them for something. They actually do something. Like, some of them, they talk about, like, it gives you access to high society. So, like, you get to go to clubs or get to go to events in different countries around the world. And all that. That makes sense. Like,
Right.
you're part of this. It's your membership card, essentially.
Yeah.
But, like,
Once
when
you
it's
break
just-
down the dollar versus $100, it's the same bill, just different numbers on it. When you look at it like that, you got to start looking at like art like the same way, as in like you create the value on what this is.
Right.
Like no one knows. Like I mean, I don't want to put the whole. If you blind, you just feel like you can't be like this. Oh, this is 100. You
Yeah.
don't know what it is until someone say this is 100 or it's $1.
Right.
Well, that's why gold has such a good backing because
her gold is always
gold because gold is a finite mineral or finite element, that
Right.
we have. So there's not an unlimited supply, and then it actually does have utility. It's a conductor. You can do
It's useful.
It's useful. You can actually do something with
Right.
it, and that's
Yeah.
electricity. You can run electricity through using gold.
Now, if they grab that supposedly gold asteroid floating around us, then gold is
gold's
the
a wrap.
price is going to
They're
go
gonna,
down.
they're gonna try to hit that joint off the course of the collision. Like, hold on now. We use a rocket to blow that joint off.
Yo, what if that asteroid kills us?
Like don't look up.
Coming in, the gold is coming in hot.
Like a volcano.
It hits us, and then we can never recover from the impact.
You doing? Don't look up.
That's that movie.
That's-
Don't Look Up.
that's
literally
the
Don't
same
Look Up.
movie.
Was it gold though?
Don't
Yeah,
look
they had
up.
mineral- they had a mineral in there.
It
They
was
were
a
trying to
meteor
mine- they were
coming.
trying
He
to
was
mine.
like, "What if we broke it up and made money off of it?"
Yeah.
And instead of stopping it, he tried to like,
That's what they did in that joint.
They was like, we can make money off this.
yeah, it's
asteroid.
like, you know how much this would cost?
And then it ended up
And then they didn't-
killing everybody.
That
Everyone-
niggas,
everyone's
my
a
dude
rat.
said, "All right, let me go for now." He was like, "Where you going?" He said, "I need to." He was getting out. Where you going?
His phone buzzed just like that. He said, Let
Where
me
you
take
going?
this. It
Faded on out. That movie was crazy.
Yeah.
was good though. I liked it though.
Yeah, it was. It was
Everyone
pretty
showed
good.
up for that joint too. There must have been one of those agency deals where they like had it in the can for a long time. They're like, look, we're gonna get Leo in here. We're
afford
gonna
that?
get.
Well, what
Sometimes
happened
they
Netflix
is
be having
package-
money,
it might have
Yeah.
been the director or the writer that was close friends with everybody, and they're like, "Hey, just
it
come
Adam
in for
McKay?
the day."
Nigga, he is
Is
killing
Adam
right
McKay
now.
did it?
Yeah, winning
yeah,
time,
McKay.
baby.
Yeah.
He
Winning
is
Time. Ooh,
killing.
that's my
I love
show.
his style.
Me too.
What I like about Adam McKay is that he's from humor.
Yeah.
So, and he could do the dramatic piece with the humor mixed in. So, and that, and the actors, A-list actors are like, man, we love what you're doing.
They want to work with him, be a part of him. Yeah.
Yeah, mad people in, what was that one about the housing bubble?
Also, that's Rodney Barnes over there as well.
Who?
He's
Oh,
a
with,
writer.
Winning Time?
Winning Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Winning
He's
Time.
AP over there.
Winning Time is good.
Yeah.
Winning Time.
Black
is
writers.
shit.
Let's go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
But I heard, first of all, Will Ferrell is mad at Adam. They were partners
Why?
in Funny or Die because he wanted to play the role of Jerry Buss. Oh. And he gave it to John C. Riley.
John C. Riley's
who
busting
else?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John C. Riley looks like Jerry Buss. They made him look like Jerry Buss.
Yeah.
I see John C. Riley looking like Jerry Buss more than Will Ferrell.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I like John C. Riley as an actor more than Will Ferrell, even though I love Will Ferrell and his comedic roles.
Yeah.
John C. Riley, he takes it a little bit
I feel
further.
like John C. has a little bit more range.
Yeah,
than
yeah.
Will.
I see
Like
that.
when he's in a serious role, I can really take John C. Riley
Right.
seriously. Even though Will has done good in more dramatic pieces, like
Well, the only thing I see
Everything
that's
Must
dramatic,
Go.
even with Will, is probably like Stranger Than Fiction. That's the only thing I can even think. When
Stranger Than Fiction and Everything Must Go.
And he was kind of dramatic in the one they just did with Tina Fey. I think it was
Or you have like a
in the snow.
therapy or
What
something
was the
like
one
that,
in
right?
Spanish?
Oh, I didn't see that one. Oh, I haven't seen that joint.
Yeah,
That's a
wasn't
comedy though, right?
Was it? It was in Spanish.
I thought it was.
Yeah, people ain't checking for Will Ferrell for any dramatic roles though.
Right.
Like John will play it straight, but still hit all the
Yeah.
little moments.
I love the breaking the wall too. They be like,
Yeah.
we ain't got no money.
I'm broke as a joke.
I'm always looking at the person that he's talking to. Like, what are they doing? Like, what are you? Well, I'm looking over here.
Who's he talking to over there? Yeah. Someone at their desk, like, why are you always looking at me when you say things to
Who's
me?
over there
Right.
that you're looking at?
Saying things to yourself.
Winning Time is good.
It's
though.
offending.
I'm
I
all
was
in.
telling DC, I was like, I love the fact that even though it's not the true story,
Right.
it's dramatized.
It's true to me.
Nigga, I look up something like, oh, this actually
Oh,
happened.
I'm all in.
Yeah,
I'm Google
phone is right here.
Sometimes
I didn't know about the coaches.
Yeah.
Based
I
on
wanna-
rumors, sometimes better than based on fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask Norm about that. You know our friend Norm Nixon. I
Nixon.
want to ask him so much. Like, did that scene with your
Yeah.
dad really happen?
I be
on the
YouTubing
court?
them shits,
You know what I'm
dude.
saying?
They,
Like,
Magic Johnson don't endorse it.
Oh no, he ain't with it.
And
I wonder why.
Because he has his own
Yeah.
4-part special coming out.
He'll want it. I'm sure.
And then
he'll
they
want
got
that to
him
interfere.
just all over the place. In
yeah.
there.
Well, the thing that pissed
Wait,
me off.
so who's gonna play Magic in his?
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
no,
know,
it's a
documentary?
Yeah, documentary.
I don't think he wants people thinking he was running all over the place. He got
100% was.
HIV from the church.
I hate they
He got
opened up with
wholesome
that.
HIV.
I hate that they opened up with that
Holy
scene in
immune
1991.
virus. Holy immune deficiency.
Oh, they did open
I
up
was like,
with that.
why?
thing.
This is not. They started
what
off in
happened?
1979.
They opened up with him
Why
getting
you
the
opened up with
results
him
of
with
his HIV.
Yeah.
They opened with that
I was
at
like,
that time.
this is like 10 years from now. Why y'all open up like this?
I don't know why they opened with that.
It never went back to it either.
Well, I'm sure
They
they're
probably
gonna
were.
get
They're
to
gonna
it.
go
They're
back
gonna
to
get
it.
to it.
Because they're like, you
What,
know this
next
happened.
season?
No, this is probably. I see this being like maybe 4 seasons.
It has to
It
be.
has to be.
It's
the
going
way
to be longer than that.
Yeah, the way it's going.
Because it goes, if,
they stay in
if
the
it goes
79.
all the way up to
91.
the HIV, that gives you shit since.
That gives you a decade.
That's fun.
Well, then it
dude.
gives you some
Because they start with
another
79,
season.
and so we got a full decade
Yeah.
and a year of.
Imagine him playing Jordan and shit. Oh, that's be
Well,
fire.
then you got the postseason after he's done
Yeah.
playing, where he starts opening up TGI Fridays and theaters.
Yeah.
Oh
We-
yeah, he
you
can
know
keep
what I'm
going.
saying?
Oh,
He can keep
hey.
going past the
Yeah.
HIV because remember he
He
came
came
back
back.
to do the Olympics.
Yeah,
and then he tried to
nigga.
come back into the game, and then he was like, "I'm out for real." He was doing the back and forth.
Yeah.
and then go into him being a businessman.
That time could be longer than The Simpsons.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
think-
This thing.
To me, Magic is like I got the utmost respect for Magic because most people won't reveal to the public they got HIV like that.
Nigga, you mean
Most
to tell
people's
me
lives end at HIV.
Right. Not only the survival, I can't really put on him, but just the way he handled everything once he got. Because some people would have
It
just
was
gave
fresh,
up.
though.
They would have got quiet. They wouldn't have said nothing.
It was
I'm
fresh.
retiring.
That's what I mean by
AIDS
life,
was
not his
fresh.
actual life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't stop going out. He didn't stop
Right.
being a personality. He took it
Yep.
on and was like, all right.
we didn't know what it was. It
Yep.
was like COVID. It was fresh. You had to tell people. You can't hide that.
Yeah, mad people hit it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
So for him to come out and say, like, as soon as he got the results,
yeah.
he
It
was
wasn't
just
as
like,
soon as.
I mean, pretty much.
All he
Like, you
told was
know,
cookies,
it
and
wasn't
that was
that long
Yeah.
before after he got his diagnosis, and then he told everybody, "I'm retiring because of this HIV." And most people that had HIV at that time before, they kept it under wraps. They were just like,
coughing and shit.
What do you think he would have said though? Because I mean, that was a pretty big
So-
deal. Magic not
Yeah.
playing
He
basketball.
had a
Yeah.
good
The
7,
What
8
he was
more
gonna
years
say.
in him.
The league
Right.
don't play that shit. They was like, oh, he got it. You got to make an announcement.
They
Let's
thought it was
go.
still airborne at that time.
Yeah, they didn't want other players to be infected. Or
Right, because
or
he
affected.
because he still was going to
"This
probably
is
play
definitely
after
in
that.
sports. You got to be like,
Nigga,
What year did he reveal that he had HIV?
You mean to tell me?
Like early
He was on the
90s.
court for like 3
'Cause I'm
months.
Since 1991, there's no athlete who has never gotten HIV.
Yeah, that's Tommy
Gunn.
Gunn. Tommy
Oh,
Gunn
I don't know
Morrison.
who that is.
He's
a
a
boxer.
boxer, and he was in Rocky Five.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of niggas who
he
have it.
passed, right?
Yeah, he
There's a
passed.
lot of niggas that has to have it. They figured out a way to cover it up. It's like you're too
Oh,
valuable.
It's impossible
has-
that no other
nigga.
athlete. Yeah,
It's too many groupies.
yeah.
In 91, there's no one in all the sports.
Yeah.
There's no one who has came out and said, I got it too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't, they probably ain't coming out like that. You
Oh.
know.
that's
They
why I
probably
respect
said it was a
Magic.
knee injury
Yeah.
or something.
You said what?
That's what they probably
Yeah,
said. It
yeah.
was a knee injury or
That's
something.
why I got the utmost.
Yeah, you got to
respect
tip
for
your hat to
because
Magic.
he came out.
He had a
because,
whole
you know,
press conference.
Yeah, especially then, it's like, that's
And that was around the
Stigma
time, like
City.
I think Philadelphia was in theaters or something like that too.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
a couple years
That was
after.
after.
Was it after?
Yeah, a little bit
that
after.
was
That
93.
nigga Karl Malone made it big.
Somebody retired
Karl
off a high
Malone?
ankle
Yeah.
sprain that wasn't a high ankle
Karl Malone was
sprain.
like, I'm not playing with him. So,
Oh, yeah.
and he made it.
There was a couple of athletes.
There's a lot of
said,
athletes
nah.
like that. Yeah.
So he made it.
He said that when
uncomfortable.
Magic was at the free throw line. He was like, time out, I ain't playing with him.
Carmelo was like,
Keep bleeding. Didn't that happen to somebody? He got cut.
Because you worry, like,
They didn't know how to spread.
If his skin is broken, you like, hey, man,
Yeah.
Yeah, he got scratched and half the arena wanted to leave. Like, y'all don't know. That was
Who was the
early.
nigga that scratched him? That we need to go back to that source.
I know, but he's like, then he chopped his fingers off with it.
That was a scary time.
yeah.
But he was able to bring a lot of awareness, and then
Yeah.
he just put the face on it, like, oh, shit
I
is
mean,
real.
honestly, dude, this might be dark. But if you feel like you about to die, you're going to have to go all out. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't know how it was going to affect people. So he's like, I got to be charitable. I want to end with an impact. So I'm going to donate money here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do research.
So this
I
is
have
darker. So you think he's mad that?
No. I feel like if you feel like you're going to die and you have a bunch of money, you feel like I want
Oh,
to go
you
out
feel
with a
like he
bang.
was willing to take more risks
I
financially?
kind of feel like He's like, I'm gonna put money into the black schools. I'm gonna
TGI Fridays. I ain't never heard of it. Let's give it a shot.
So I
If
kind
you
of feel
could
like, and it
survive
worked out for the
calling-
best. And then they figured out a way to slow it down. And I was like, he's like, okay, thank you, guys.
Well, South Park says the cure to it is cash. You take cash and you grind it up, then you put it in a syringe, and then you.
If you could survive telling all those women that you might have possibly infected them, you could go into any business meeting.
Y'all think Mike Johnson
Ready.
is a virgin since '91?
Who?
You think Magic Johnson?
Yeah, no. I think it's reported that he's smashing.
You think he ain't had sex since '91?
Besides his wife, or just
You mean
you saying you think he was still in the game
You
after?
think he's still? You think he just went cold turkey since '91?
I will say this though, like
There's a girl like, I mean,
when I
I mean, the price goes up.
I think
remember that movie Dallas Buyers Club?
yeah.
And he had full blown, and he smashed that girl that also had it.
And they coincide.
He just went. He met her, and she, I got it. And he just smashed because
They knew each
they
other.
both had it.
yeah.
But you can't.
Well,
cross
Magic, I
that.
think his game could still go because he's like, yo, baby, I'm gonna give you. I won't give it to you.
Because
I
Magic
pay
never
for
had. He was just
everything.
positive. He
What's
didn't
your
have
price
the actual.
for getting my HIV?
Nigga, no.
What's your price?
Wait, you think he was selling the HIV?
No, I mean he's like, if he gives a woman a price, what's your price for us to mess around
Oh,
to possibly get this HIV?
Nigga, he is not
I
selling.
got the cure. I got the cure all at the spot. What's your price to try this?
So he can heal her just if she do
Man,
get it. He can.
I got it. I'm being
you.
honest. I got a
Villainy
wife,
right there.
kids.
She walk in. He
But
got.
what's your price?
in magic?
He proved you too can be healed like me.
and it was funny, like seeing news clips, and they gave him AIDS. I was like, nah,
Yeah, yeah.
man,
Nah, he
man,
never had
it's
AIDS.
HIV,
He
man.
never had
Look out,
AIDS.
man. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Hold
I think he
on,
was
man.
still.
Get it right.
100%.
Get it right.
I think he was still smashing.
Yeah.
Because there's a
100%.
price.
You think he
I think
What's
he
your
still
price?
was that. I mean, I want to
outside
give.
of his wife?
What's your price? There's a price, I guess.
Cold turkey. You know how much you see winning time.
But everybody
man.
knows that he had it.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen was still.
Did you know the women in this industry, yo?
Yeah.
Women
Is
don't
that why they call
care.
it winning time?
Wait,
Remember
so
Charlie? She was like winning
Winning
time.
Wait, so if Halle Berry had it, right? And she was like, I'll take care of anything, and if you get it, I got the cure. Are
She
you
don't have
smashing?
the- Does
And she's
Magic
like,
Johnson have a cure?
He ain't got it. in
I
his
would
system.
say a curable, yes.
If he's like, it won't be traced
chlamydia,
back
yes.
to your
Gonorrhea,
system.
yes.
I'll ask. Can I use protection, Holly?
Can I start off with the penicillin?
It's like, yeah.
May I use protection?
For
Can
sure.
I
Then
start
pop
off with the
it up.
penicillin? And it's already in my body, so it's stopping
Penicillin
right when
ain't
going.
gonna help, but go ahead.
And what is it? Penicillin, right?
Nah, I think it's
What,
what's-
for HIV?
Yeah, it's
No,
the-
no. I said it has to be a curable,
Oh,
like
Oh,
something
okay.
that's curable.
Syphilis.
Yeah, no syphilis. You can't get. You can't get.
so
it.
you
can
do?
cure
Yeah, you
syphilis.
can.
You can get
If
syphilis.
you
Yeah,
catch
gotta
it,
have
if you catch it
some-
early,
He's like,
yeah.
damn, I could have been got rid of it.
If you catch it early,
I
they
waited
got-
3 weeks too long. He was still in the
You can't
window.
cure
too.
herpes.
Like, you know, it's a 10-year window.
Gonorrhea,
Dude.
chlamydia, and syphilis, you can get treatment and get rid of those. But herpes, HIV, those are well, HIV it keeps changing, but like with treatments, but
Herpes get a
though,
bad rap.
huh?
Herpes get a bad rap.
It's so prevalent.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt you. It just come out like, what we doing? All right, I'm out of here for 5 days. It
But
don't,
they say some cases of herpes can really lead to some wild shit.
what? Cancer?
some cancers and stuff
cervical
like that.
cancer
Oh,
for
yeah.
women. You
Yeah.
get women
Okay.
cervical cancer.
If you don't get it, like if you don't handle it, it could get buck wild on you.
Throat cancer.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that too.
Yeah, you
From
get it in
herpes?
your throat. Yeah.
Throat? Ooh.
Yeah, the prevalence of HPV, which is not necessarily herpes, but HPV is super high, and as years go on because of oral sex. Either gender, you can pretty much be like you have a high chance of getting HPV, which can lead to oral cancer.
What nasty nigga was
shit.
just like, because all this comes from bacteria, right? All STDs comes from bacteria that just untreated.
I don't know,
But it
'cause
doesn't- it's-
Some are viruses and some are bacteria based.
Yeah,
Because virus is different than bacteria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
bacteria been here before anybody, anything.
you need some
so
bacteria,
bacteria
too.
has to. It's always going to exist. So it's not like a thing of like, oh, it's just being nasty. It's just things exist, and then there's ways to navigate. You have to know that you have it. But it's so many things that can happen when intermingling and all the different kind of stuff that new stuff will pop up. So
The cold part is not knowing who you got it from.
You got to do the whole
That's when
call?
you realize, man, I was out here.
Like if I got it from Brandon, I'm like, yo, Tony, I was letting you know you got checked out. You got to get checked out, man.
Yeah.
No, you good? Yo, DC, I'm letting you know you got to get checked out. Bro.
How'd you get it from me?
Like if you the last person, I got to tell all these people right here, and I'm like, oh, you the one gave it to me? I she ain't told none of these niggas.
Brody just.
You know, Magic's best friend probably told him, "Nah, don't say nothing.
Come on, we got to keep this money, brother.
You gonna fuck us up getting in the
Converse is
club."
gonna take the deal.
I wonder how much the testing spiked after he made that announcement.
Oh hell
People
yeah!
scramling to the
That's what this shit
to get
is.
tested. I'm sure
That's what
teammates
this
was
is,
going because
yeah.
I'm sure the teammates was taking down the same women.
Yeah. Oh,
And and all kind of
I
stuff.
would love to
so-
see the early retirements
The
of that
scramble.
year of like, yeah, I'm retiring too. Man,
Oh shit.
I gotta.
Yeah,
But
he did-
AC Green was safe.
Yeah.
AC Green
yeah.
was like, man, that's crazy.
He goes. He was inspired by Magic. He said,
He was like,
"Thank
see,
you."
I told y'all.
Is he still a
I
virgin?
was on the
No,
right
no,
path.
he
He
married
got
He
married.
really got
He
out
got
the
kids
league.
and stuff, right?
But he held out until he got married.
Yeah.
Virgin.
Girls was throwing themselves at him.
They was setting him up for the.
Yeah.
They was
In
bringing
his
girls
hotel.
to him.
He said he was praying outside of his hotel room. Name of Jesus, please leave my hotel.
Luckily,
please.
God brought him that Jerry curl to keep the women away.
Slide out.
AC Green hung in there the whole Showtime run.
Who was the one that said he slept with 20,000?
Will
So-
Chamberlain.
Will
Will
Chamberlain.
the
Ain't no
still.
way in the hell he didn't get something.
Yeah, but back then it was just a shot, and you get back in the club.
You're shaking that off. I'm
I'm just
good.
thinking like, bro,
touch my
20,000
arm.
women is crazy.
I ain't
I
got
don't,
that.
I
no
don't believe
kids?
it.
Well,
I
they
don't
said
believe
they
it.
said
And no
Magic topped
kids.
that. They said Magic topped that
20,000
in a
though?
shorter
Like, come on.
amount of-
Yeah.
It was
20,000.
it was
You gotta
$10,000.
think. You gotta think
Yeah,
about it like
sometimes
this.
they doing 5 and 6 a night.
Sometimes.
Yeah. If
And
you
back when
switch
Bro,
back,
I don't think y'all understand 20,000.
I don't think you understood. So back in
I mean,
the
I
day,
get how big they were and what they were doing, but my
Wilt-
nigga, 20,000.
Wilt wasn't allowed to go to regular parties, so he was going to house parties in the cities he went to. So he was leaving with half the party, smashing them. He was smashing all while he was at the party.
So if you smash 6 girls a night,
How many? How many years, bro?
I did 20 years for Will Chamberlain.
6 girls. a night.
43,800 women. That's if you smashing 6 a night.
That'd be
6
a
a
great-
night every day.
Yeah,
That'd be a great Bluetooth segue if you had that.
he's
right
on the
Oh,
road.
Yeah.
You're gonna need Bluetooth to do that.
He ain't got a bus.
Or
in
you're not
every
factoring in
last
the
one.
orgies where you just putting it in one
Yeah.
time, boom,
Yeah.
yeah. Go to another
I
one.
guess.
Boom.
I just threw in
Damn.
6 a night. Some nights it could have been 10, 11.
20.
And he could have said this on cocaine. He said, hey, man, fucking, I've been fucking bitches since 20,000.
And it could have been longer than 20 years. So, you
But,
know.
yeah, well, Wilt played pro when he was 17, 16 years old. So he was already traveling, doing his thing.
I never.
Bro, 20,000 got
this
me.
many women
I'm
is
scared. I
disgusting.
don't even
Yeah,
wanna.
it's
There's
100
no
filthy.
way.
Well,
I ain't
also,
got the-
I don't know how new real STDs is. Because if it's like no, imagine eating ice cream and cake with no calories or no repercussions.
STD's been in.
Yeah, they've been around.
HIV is the
Well,
only new one.
yeah.
Them other joints, they've been around.
I
My
feel
dad
like
calls them worms. You know what I'm saying? Like, is worms still out? Like, what
Yeah,
are even
man.
worms? But he always like, oh, she gonna give you worms. Like, that's like,
yeah.
It's been here. But I don't see how you got that kind of time and
Yeah.
energy, man.
You just
So
hooping.
like, bro, you played
They
ball.
wasn't
then you
doing
gonna go-
commercials and movies back then. You just hoop and go sleep for the rest of the day.
What if they paying you to have sex? Now you got a business.
What then? That's a work ethic at that point. My work
That's a
ethic.
job.
All right, sweetheart, put it on the table. Let's go.
Then like Wilt was 7 feet walking down the street. It wasn't like he had to go searching.
You didn't have to work for it.
Yeah, the women
You
were just
three.
posted up.
Yeah.
But God damn,
20,000 is still crazy.
That's
bro.
ridiculous.
He had to be a problem in the bed because if you ain't coming to perform, ain't nobody gonna be spreading the word
They
like
don't-
that.
At
I
that
don't
point,
think
you're
they
not
care.
worried about performing.
Yeah.
They just want to touch you and whatever. So he's just like, go ahead,
I'd be
get your
interested-
share.
I'd be interested too to have some of the women come forward to just to tally it up to see how close we can
Like
get.
how many
you know?
come out?
Yeah, how many come out? Like,
need-
we
yeah.
wanna, like, who are the 20,000?
We
Like,
want
I'm
a documentary
Is
of
that a
this.
TV show?
I
Yeah,
would
the
love to
20,000.
know about the 20,000.
Yeah.
Who's mama in the feed?
I tweeted that the other day. I was like, "There's grandmothers out here today
Yeah.
that got taken down by magic.
There's,
Oh,
group-
because I'm
there's
mad. I
groups
said,
of
They got
friends.
grandchildren.
Yep.
There's people
They
that
do that.
met at a magic orgy that are
Yeah.
still friends to this day.
To this day. So I'm just like, I would love to know those stories. Like, who took magic down? Admit it.
She's a first lady at the church now, so she don't want to spread that no more.
Man, see? Well, like, even
Living
the
your
guy
truth. She calls
that's
it the
with-
magic
with it-
kingdom of
Hey,
God.
my wife took down magic.
Wait, who?
My wife.
The dude
She
that-
took magic down.
You bragging about that?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
What year?
this was pre
Prime years.
like
Prime
89.
years. When it came out.
89, right, girl? Yeah, 89. She told me.
Night of the press
I'm
conference.
good with it. I'm good with it.
He was on the mic. She was on the magic.
Night of the press conference.
Right after the press, under the desk at the press conference.
That's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people.
It is kind of honorable before the age. You know what I mean? Like if you took down magic, it's honorable.
Is that or the postal worker? Because there's some people like, yeah, you know,
Would
come
you
through here
brag?
around 3 p.m. every
Certain
day.
people
If your mom, would you be like, hey man, a lot of people know this, but my mom took down Louis Gossett Jr. Louis Gossett Jr. Yeah, my dad did, Ruby D before she messed around with us. Man.
I think naturally we're gonna be more proud of what moves our dad made over what moves our mom made.
It's like one of us had
Because
taken
it's
down
part of
Holly
me, like-
Berry. We would know within us. You know what I mean?
Well, dude,
Nah, I
love
wouldn't
to
tell
break
you.
it.
Yeah.
Dude, we would know.
I wouldn't tell y'all.
You want to?
If I took down Halle Berry, nah.
No, yeah. I feel like that's privilege.
Secret safe. with
We
me.
know when she pulls up that we had Delilah.
Yeah, we don't have to tell me if she
saying?
just picked
Lily
you up
Craig.
from
Women more discreet.
Marty's.
Who they smash. They be keeping it in here.
Yeah, and they be having some prime.
They be having prime
some prime
smashes, but they be
penises,
like,
you
nah.
Oh,
You can get real nigga secrets out if you start making it enchanted. But man, a lot of people if you had smashed Halle Berry, man, a lot of people don't know that she got the biggest tattoo on her chest, and you be like, oh, she don't, man. Well, what do you mean?
Right, it's gonna come. It's gonna slither out.
Trust
me, I know.
I don't.
yeah. Let's just say.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
If
How you gonna
anybody
tell me?
knows,
Yeah.
it's me.
Let's just say Craig's had the berries and fruits, right?
Secret is not safe.
But it's just funny because I feel like women can take down bigger names easier than we can.
Oh,
For
easily.
sure.
So they just be like, I'm gonna just keep this to myself.
Nah, I just wear my tight pants. I'm winning.
Yeah, it'll never come out of them taking down magic. No one would say nothing.
Yeah.
Nah.
They'd do somebody that's still single.
I think it's more
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
see that.
Jamie Foxx or
Yeah.
something like that, or somebody that's like an attractive person to kind of get a little flex on them. Like, yeah,
Who else?
Chris Brown.
I'm just waiting all the names y'all named.
Chris Brown.
He fine.
dudes
He
get
fine to
taken
you.
down.
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
He's like Jamie Foxx, man. Like Jamie Foxx.
I'm talking.
You can't lie about that.
Let's go to the questions, y'all.
You got questions over here. You got questions in the
So you
chat.
fine.
Chris
Yeah,
Brown.
And I saw, yeah, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Just Jeezy or just Jazzy. My bad, my eyes. What's y'all's current relationships with your dads? Any regrets?
Well, my dad's dead. But yeah, there was regrets. It was like I should have pieced things up earlier. Even though I went to his gravesite afterwards and just had a little day there. But
Did he try to piece things up with you? Or?
yeah, I was
Oh.
just on I was like my late teens. So it was like I was on my, nah, you left mom's.
Yeah.
Even though they became cool and shit again.
Right.
It was just me holding on.
You was holding on. How'd he pass?
Cancer. And we had
Musty
two
ass
chances.
cancer.
He had spinal cancer.
Damn.
So at first they cut like 5 inches from his spine. And I was still like, no.
Oh,
And
you
then
was
afterwards
holding
it's like,
tight.
damn.
Yeah. Did you cry when he passed?
Hell yeah. I wrote him a long ass letter. I wrote him like a 14-page letter.
When he was
And,
alive or he passed?
he was in his coma.
Oh man.
And read
You
it
read
to
it to him?
Yep. And left it for him. And got back on the plane.
You put the letter on his chest at the
Sure
hospital.
did.
and
I
just
watched
walked out?
movies. Yep.
Somebody opened the
on
window,
yellow
said-
on yellow paper. I was like,
The nurse was like,
folded the edges.
that little ending.
dang, man.
Forrest Gump feather that joint.
Yeah.
So that changed me to communicating with my kids and how I communicate with them.
The origin story.
Yeah.
It's important.
Me and my dad. Well, me and our dad.
Our dad. You know what I'm
We
saying?
cool.
Claim
That's
it.
like my best friend. So
Throw it in there.
Yeah. Me and Pops is good.
It was always like that.
Yeah. Me and my dad. He raised me.
He raised us.
Yeah, he raised us. He raised us.
He
me and
raised
Tony.
me
Yeah,
and-
my
me
dad.
and
Like,
DC.
yeah. He in, shout out to my dad. He in Thailand right now on vacation.
Oh,
Yeah,
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sent me a postcard.
Yeah.
So brother Tubuku.
Yeah.
My dad, I got no regrets. I mean, I think the biggest regret for me is, but it's something that's like it's cosmetical. Like I was never able to actually I was never able to really play basketball with my dad because my dad is older dad. Like, I talk about it a lot in my stand up, but I got an old dad. Like, I have siblings like way older than me, like two. I have 4 siblings older than me. The closest age of me and my sister that's closest is 16 years. That's the disparity. So it's like I never really got the dad that they got. I got the 2.0. You know what I'm saying? I got the older dad version. So like like when they got to play basketball when they was like 8, I was already playing golf. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even cap. Like I learned to play golf when I was 8 years
sip this
old.
whiskey. That's a fine whiskey.
Yeah, like he was
how old
already
is your
on.
dad?
He's 86 now. He just turned 86 on March 26th.
That's a blessing, though.
Yeah, no,
Man,
it's supreme.
for
I was
sure.
literally talking to him yesterday. He's cussing me out about telling me how to get a new car and everything. And of course, he still does things kind of archaic. Like he goes to Kohl's to pay his bill. Like he personally shows up.
He did.
Where's Mr. Cole?
I got it. Hold on. Where's Mr. Yeah, Mr. John? Where's John Cole? Where's he at? No, bring him from the back. goddammit. We don't speak English, sir. Bring him from the.
That's
he does
funny.
things
Write
the
a
old
check.
way.
Yeah.
And he
No,
eats-
it's cash. Yeah, hold on, wait. How much change is that? Clink, 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 clink. Clink, clink, clink.
So he's still active.
As active as he can be. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's It's like his schedule is so funny nowadays. The way he does things. Like, I mean, he wakes up at about a good 10:30 East Coast time. He's in Maryland, whatever. My mom's 10:30 wakes up. Then he comes down to the kitchen area and prepares his breakfast, which is like a little pecan swirl, a cup of peaches, a Nature Valley bar, and that's like his basic breakfast, and a banana. That's his basic breakfast, and sits and watches the news. Then he'll do his activity for the day, which might be paying that bill at Kohl's. Comes back, or go to Kaiser to pay another bill, whatever. Comes back home, gets a snack, maybe from McDonald's, cheeseburger, takes the top bun off, only eats the bottom and the meat, all right?
You got a routine.
Knowledge.
This is dope.
With some tangy honey hot mustard dressing, all right? Pour that up. My mom's still not home. She at work or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Then he throws on Judge Judy. That's his girl. 5 o'clock, 5:30. Use that also for his nap time. First nap during Judge Judy. Something about the soothing sound of Judge Judy yelling puts that man into a nice slumber for the afternoon. My mom comes home around maybe like 7:30.
Wait, you said your mom's at work. How
She'll
old
be
is
work-
she?
She's let's see. My mom had me. I mean, she will not forget. My mom is in her 60s.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
young thing.
Yeah, my dad found a young thing,
Yeah,
you know what
he
I'm saying,
did.
out
Yeah.
the streets. Like, hold on, come with me. But what do you have to offer?
What do you have to
What do
offer?
you got to offer? He's like, I got pizzazz and charm. Look at me, I'm 15 years older than you.
Yeah,
I
hard
know
bottoms
things.
on for sure.
He gamed my mom up. My mom is a
He's
lawyer,
on the
bro.
basketball court with hard bottoms.
Yeah, yeah. He was whatever he was doing. He was an adult. You know, like when you always trying to get a fine
He was
girl
an adult.
in the 20s or whatever. My dad caught my mom in her 20s, like young.
Oh,
joint,
you doing your
clean.
taxes all
Oh, I
wrong.
see you. You going to law school? I can teach you a few things about law. They were smoking back then too. Everyone was
everybody was
everyone was
smoking
smoking cigarettes.
Pensions.
But then my
401k.
mom comes home and he has dinner. She goes to bed early. Then he wakes up. I mean, he goes downstairs to the downstairs area. Like he watches TVs in different rooms.
Oh, right.
Depending
Depending on the time of the day.
Yeah, it's time for the basement. Yeah, goes down. Yeah, watches
Game night.
he watches sports, watches some boxing, watches history, watches some westerns.
Yeah.
Then he might throw on a sneak Cinemax softcore, act like it's just still programming. Like I walked in. This man's watching softcore. I'm walking. He's like, "Oh yeah, I fell asleep and I turned this one program on." These women are really enjoying giving this gentleman some oral sex.
They enjoying it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm about to go to bed. So he acts like it ain't nothing. Like you watching porn right now. You porn?
No, this
I'm
is
going ahead
Zane.
and go to
This
bed.
Zane.
I'll meet you down in the hallway. Keep watching.
Here we go.
And that's his day. But I know no regrets other
That's
than like
dope.
not being able to like play basketball. It's great for now material. Initially, I was very. When I first started, I never wanted to talk like intimately about that. You know, that was a vulnerability of mine because it was an embarrassing thing. Like I had an old dad growing up.
Really?
It was my dad.
Not
Like, he's
growing up, I can see everything's embarrassing when you're growing up
because
kids.
come
and
on,
kids.
think about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when you kids and everyone's kids, and my
they
dad
will
is like,
roast you for
like,
any infraction.
That's look at your grandfather out of here. You know,
Anything
like,
out of the norm, you're getting roasted.
Dog.
She
I was
was
like
for
that.
sure wanted. He was like, yeah, it still works.
Man.
If he did anything young, I was hype and shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, oh yeah, my dad just smacked that woman's ass in the groceries. You know, just anything he would do.
How old
that.
are you?
I'm 36.
So damn,
50.
Pops was 50 something when you were born.
50.
Wow.
Oh, so he an old racist black man.
Man, he marched. He
At that
marched,
age,
man.
yeah.
I'm
He
talking
deserved
about
it.
like he gets
was on the
emotional here in
front line.
Amazing Grace, and we shall overcome. That's a trigger.
Little Ella James.
Yo,
He like
wait,
little
80
Ella
if
James.
he's 86 years old, he was born in the 30s?
Math, sure. I got to do the math, but he was,
I
but he
think that was
definitely
been 40s
he
or
marched
50s.
I
like
think
he.
the 30s.
We're in the 20s now,
48.
right?
So let's say he was born in.
Might have
Take
been
60 away.
39 or something like. What year was
No.
that?
If he was born in
36?
39, so 49, 59, 69,
1936?
79, 89, 99, 2000.
1934.
1934.
He did the math and
I
act
didn't.
like
I
he
knew,
was
I
thinking.
knew,
I
no,
see
no,
your
I didn't know, I didn't
calculator.
calculate.
You know how wild that is?
He got
Why he did
stories.
it?
No, that's more 40. Maybe was it 40? No.
Well, if he's 86.
No, it might have been 36.
1934.
He just did the math on the calculator.
No, I did not do the math. I knew it.
I seen the reflection in your glasses.
I
calculated
definitely
that.
saw the number of
But
years,
it's
1934.
He don't have
But he literally
reflection in his
he
glasses.
marched, yo. Like he talks about, like he
Yeah.
tells me like things like he like that shit.
In the
is real.
60s, he was a grown man. He
Yeah,
was definitely on the
marching.
front
He
line.
was marching.
That's crazy.
And then he had a whole stint in Miami that he kind of. I'm like, why were you in Miami? Like, and we got.
Like the dope
Because
game,
got
son.
Muhammad
Muhammad
Ali
Ali and
We
Malcolm
part-
was down there. It was one night in Miami.
But I'm telling you, that shit is so real. Like, he
Your
literally-
dad got stories,
You
bro.
got
That's
stories,
dope.
bro. You got stories, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, some of them, most of them, I believe, some of them be like a little, I be trying to check the timelines too when he talks about like women that he was messing with and everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to see if that crossed with when he started dating my mom. You
That
know
door
what
be
I'm saying?
dangerous,
He's like, yeah, I
man.
took this one
I took
girl out to
doors
this
be
movie and
dangerous,
everything. Like, huh?
What movie?
It better have been Casablanca, way before you met my mom.
So I met Eartha Kitt one night
Yeah.
outside the lounge in D.C. and we just hung out for a night.
What year? What year was
You
it?
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
86, you
let's
can't
see.
make him a cheater.
Nah, but he's like Forrest Gump. He tells a story about how like the conspirators when the Watergate shit went down. He's like, yeah, he always tells this one story. He's like, man, the conspirators, they stood right on my desk, man. This is a real story, bro. And like, I've never heard, like my brothers and sisters kind of like jokingly, we kind of look at each other, but
Yeah.
no one's ever contested that. And it's
Right.
not in any books. And like, why would it be like, yeah? And then they stood on, when they found out the whole Watergate scandals that, you know, they were in this person's,
I was right in the motherfucking Pentagon. Motherfucking.
And he was in D.C.?
and he was in D.C.
Oh, man, that's
Yeah,
prime
he was,
real
because he
estate.
worked for the Democratic National Committee or convention,
Okay.
well, yeah, committee for a while. So that's about. He was doing a lot of work in Miami too, because he was campaigning with the DNC.
Your dad's a spy, little key, man.
He might, bro. My grandpa.
Once you go to
just known
Miami
as
with your
retired.
shirt unbuttoned, you undercover?
Yo, there's some pictures, some white pant linen pictures where I'm like, what you really doing in Miami? You ain't never talked down about
Yeah, the Target
cocaine. You know what I'm
package,
saying?
Yes,
too.
who Miami?
Terminator.
Like,
Yeah,
why
he's-
every time you say who?
You all right? Miami.
Miami.
Like he just keeps this part like blocked off. He says, "Yeah, I was just down there for the DNC, nothing else." I'm like, there's a whole nightlife when the DNC doors closed.
Dick and Coochie,
Yeah.
the DNC.
Martin was having orgies, man.
Oh, Martin was getting down.
Martin was getting it in.
Martin was getting down to get down.
So was that his
They
Mac?
supposed to drop them tapes soon.
Was his speeches
Yeah,
his
he's
Mac?
supposed
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
the
girls
women
would
was
come
like,
up after
man,
him.
what
Yeah.
you said was so powerful.
About the little black
so
boys and the little
powerful.
black girls.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
That was
Here we go.
That was stage time. He was killing them sets.
Yeah, he was.
Standing O's.
Oh, don't you do this.
Damn it, man. Women, yo.
Bernadine, don't you do
Women.
this.
They love powerful men, yo, no matter what.
Yeah, Martin
I
was getting
need
in.
this. You make me feel so good on stage, and I need you to make me feel good now.
Oh,
married. I
you
know.
Sure, you want this?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna give it to you.
I know you're married.
Hard bottoms and all.
Hard bottoms, slippery herbs and all.
From the bottom of that ass to the top of them titties. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you.
Oh,
Women,
man.
drugs, and money is the three things that would take a man down.
It's always it's gonna be one of the, when you're a huge person.
Yeah.
One of the three is coming for
It's
you.
coming, yo. It will compromise your whole life.
Unless you already acquire this at an older age, then you can kind of
Navigate, 'cause you've already
But if
avoided
you
it.
young, one of them joints is gonna get
Gonna get you, yo.
And for Magic, he didn't drink, he didn't do drugs.
Right,
It was the women.
Yep.
It's the vice. A lot of
The
people
thing
need
is,
some kind of vice, man.
the thing is, it's not the women, it's our ego. What happens is our ego makes us forget all the shit. Even our mamas told us. It makes us forget and be like, no, not to me.
Nah, it's the bitches.
Yeah.
Just playing.
What you mean, Samson? Not to me.
When Chris Rock said, we can stop chasing it, but if it chases us, well, I got a Charlie horse.
I got to tell you.
I got a Charlie horse.
That's funny.
Because you be like, hey, I'm not doing this. Like, please. You be like, I mean, I got 15 minutes.
Hey, Chris Rock became cute. That's why he ended up divorced.
That's what I'm saying, yo.
He went
Powerful
from Pookie
women,
to
yo.
cute.
Pookie the cute. That's a special name.
He started believing it too. So it is what it is.
What about your relationship, D, with your dad?
We got the same father, man. My dad was born in 38.
Oh,
so,
wow.
I'm 40. What I regret, and I'm going back from our question, is he don't open up. Still alive, he don't open up. He had a dark...
To this day?
To this day.
To this day! To this day!
He has a dark past. Very fragile ego. He smashed a lot of women. He has 4 baby mamas. They all within like 20, 15 years. I'm the baby. My oldest sister is, I think she's 79.
What?
75, I think. 75.
Wait, how old you say your daddy
hold
was?
on.
How did your dad?
He had him at
He's
5.
85. He had her at 15.
Oh, so
Oh,
she
she's
would be
70.
70, yeah.
Yeah, 70.
Yeah.
I relate to the young.
Dion's math be
young kids.
ripping us in half. I was like, wait, he had a daughter at
10?
Yeah.
10?
Yeah, but back in them days, 15, you was grown as hell.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 15.
Yeah, he was working at the
hard
steel
bars.
mill.
Yeah.
And I'm literally just asking questions like, yo, Dad, so you went through a lot, man. So tell me about the racism. He said, why? I'm like, dude, I want to hear about the history. You know, you're a part of my legacy. I want to pass it down to my kids. He's like, we passed that. I was like, we're not. I want to know what you had to went through. He was like, well, I mean, one time we was in an elevator. Some white kid called me nigga. That's it. I was like, I want to hear more stories, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't
That
know how
was the
long we're going to be.
60s. In the 70s, got on the
And-
escalator. White boy called me nigga.
Nigga this, nigga that.
Yeah, like little nigga.
I went to
this,
this
little nigga.
restaurant. They
Yeah.
was like, we don't serve niggas here. And I was like,
Yeah.
can I get some nigga pie?
The technology
I can-
changes.
I can
Right.
relate.
The age
Yeah.
came.
I can relate.
Got on
Yeah.
the elevator, called me nigga. Then the 90s came, got in the Uber. He was like, nigga.
Call me a nigga in the 90s. Is this what you want
But
from
I
me,
was gonna
son?
say, I can relate to you. My dad. I worked this one thing. It was at the White House. It was a celebration of civil rights music, and it was a time. This was when Barack was president. This is how I got to meet Barack. I was PAing this one thing.
Oh, you met
and
Barack?
I met him 3
Oh,
times,
life
bro.
flex.
But we'll talk about
Flex.
that later.
Life flex.
You know what I'm saying? Just like
I just
touch
want
his
that
hand.
Barack off me.
Yeah, nah, still had the lotion on my hand
Hey,
from it.
man.
Okay, so
Life flex.
no, but I it was this thing for PBS that ended up airing. I remember watching it with my dad, the program, and they were playing music from the civil rights music. And I've only seen my dad cry maybe twice, and he teared up on that joint. And I was looking at him, and he just like went into it. And he was like, "We fought so hard," and I ain't never really. You know, we always talk about civil rights and all that, but I ain't like he teared. Like it was like the luxuries that we really have today. Like
Right.
Yeah.
people got together. They didn't do like podcasts. You know what I mean? They're getting together was like, we need to make change today.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Like, but where's lunch? We ain't gonna eat lunch until
Right.
some change is happening.
Someone was at the door to
Is
break
there
it up
water?
before
We
the
don't
white
care if
people
there's
came
water.
in.
There was no Perrier. You know what I'm saying? Like the
good
fact that we were even able to be in a studio.
No
that's-
Perrier.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're in Kev on Stage Studios right now.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm
Madam
saying? A
CJ
black
sent
owned,
word
like,
that.
like there was nothing like this. So when I felt every
Yeah, tear.
and it was wild, and I ain't seen him tear up since that.
That's what the whole critical race theory right now was happening right now. How they're trying to erase black, pretty much history of America. I shouldn't say black history, but American history is black history.
Yeah, American history is black history.
CRT. I was like, that's crazy. I just found out what it really, really means. They trying to get it out of schools.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That too,
crazy.
and movies. You look at Ben-Hur. You look at Passions of Christ. They're erasing black people's movies day by day.
But this is a question. Do you really think we need continuously more slave movies?
I want to see the stories. I just need a break.
That's what I'm saying.
actually,
it's
I
a lot
just
to
need a break,
digest.
but there's so many good stories within
Yeah.
that can be told within the slavery
Right.
dynamic. It don't even have to be that extreme to where, it don't have to be 12 years a slave extreme.
Yeah.
Show us the subtle side of the slavery experience where it's still horrible, but it's not that extreme. Because I'm sure there were cases of people that
It's normal people.
normal people or black folks that came up in slavery. Their slave owner was kind of cool and just like they bought their way out of slavery.
Yeah.
Show us the transition from slavery, us being free. Show us that transition from the freedom to the indentured servant to the,
I needed to be a
So
black.
now we
eye.
sharecropping. Show us that whole.
Right.
Like a
Transition.
softer
Yeah.
side
I
of
need,
it. Yeah.
I
will
need
that
my
sell, though?
slave movie to be like 300. Let me see that version.
That
when
was
the slaves
Django.
escaping.
That's kind of the Django.
I want to see him kick someone through the chest.
That's the Haiti. Show us the Haiti when Haiti got their
Other
independence.
route, yeah.
I want to see that movie.
I don't like it to be a white executive producer. I need somebody like Denzel Washington to produce it. Like I don't like when I'll keep my money. I want to see some more slavery.
Well, I feel like it'd
movies.
be like Wyclef. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
We just had a
big.
big revolt slave movie, but they found
They didn't
something in
support
his
it.
past.
Oh
that
yeah.
they brought that to the forefront
Nate,
rather than
And they
paying
went
for
soft at
marketing.
the end of that movie though. They ain't really take
Nat
it
Turner.
Yeah, I heard he didn't go there anyway.
They didn't take it.
I heard he
there.
didn't.
That's
man.
the problem I have with it.
I heard it was 5 minutes
It's-
of revolt.
They
It's a
glazed
lot of
over.
historical inaccuracies to make it more like dramatized for film kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it'd
They
be like
said they said the revolt was bloody.
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
yeah.
like a blood.
slavery's so much worse than what we can actually
Right.
imagine it to be. Especially
Right.
even the books even dumb it down to a point because I mean, who's writing the books? They're
Right.
You're gonna
They ain't
twist
gonna
it.
make it look
every
like-
every time you look at a book, it continuously gets a little less and less
Right.
of what it is.
I mean, if
And
I
when
was
I
like,
say
he was happy
when I
and
say
smiling.
when I say 300, I mean from a more of an aggressive approach rather than them being on the I wouldn't say softer side, but they were very timid.
Yeah, I don't
And-
like the white savior
Yeah,
type
it
that
always
they use.
happens.
It always turns into like the
Yeah.
Harriet movie was like, oh, it's so good. Then it was
Yeah.
like, what happened at the end?
Nigga, white
Oh, yeah,
hand
white dude
lifting
came
I
her
didn't
up.
even watch Harriet. I didn't
like,
even
what?
watch it.
Yeah.
That was one movie I passed on. I was like, I ain't
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
Harriet.
I don't think. I mean,
I didn't
I'm
watch
not
Harriet.
against slave movies personally, but I think that there needs to be more historical accuracy when it comes to creating that kind of stuff.
I used
And
to
don't
be
think people
against
give
them. I
that
used to,
kind
I
of
used to
care.
hate slavery. I used to call them slavey. That's why I ain't watching no more
Slavey.
slavery
Yeah.
movies.
You gotta
But now I
prepare your
understand that
mind.
new kids being born got to see these
The
things.
stories need to be told.
Yeah, they have to be told.
Does
you know?
Spike Lee ever make a slave film?
No,
I don't
not
think
yet.
he's done. I don't think he's touched on it. I feel like if anyone would do it, I think Spike could be the one, and that could be his his piece out to directing. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
go as hard as he's ever needed to go.
Because I remember
the-
he came in on Mel Gibson and them when they did The Patriot because they kind of glossed over the slavery aspect of the movie and he was pissed. He was just like, man,
Yeah,
y'all got it out here looking sweet when it
Right.
ain't.
I'm like, the aggression had to be so high on the other side, on the slave side of the fence, that they don't show. They had to get overseers, all types of dogs, call the military in sometime. So the aggression level had to be way higher than what they portrayed.
Right.
Piggybacking off what you said about when you said white people wrote the history and stuff in the books and stuff. Just be honest. If I was white, I'm definitely going to make my family look great in
Oh,
the
for
most
Oh, I
smoothest
get
way.
why.
Atlanta. I don't know if you guys watch Atlanta. FX, the show Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
This season they have an episode where it's like it's like almost inside of a white person's mind when they have white guilt. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like supposedly about reparations and how everybody's just coming to get them, and everybody's paranoid because they're like, "Oh my God, my family history," and this guy's like living through it or whatever, and just that. I'm not want to spoil it, but
Yeah,
that
I'm
episode,
watching it.
I'm
yeah,
watching it.
Yeah, I just watched that.
That episode is great, and it's just like I'm sitting there watching and laughing. I was like, "That's really what they feel." That is one thing that I would say would eat them up the most is feeling bad for something
That's why
that
they
they
get rid of
necessarily
it.
didn't do.
Well, you got an option if you're writing a book too. You're writing. You got one sentence like and then my father slaughtered 300 slaves that day, or my father conquered this territory.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You're going to
Yeah.
like gloss over it.
Discovered.
Yeah.
He was there.
They're
Yeah.
gonna. It's always gonna paint it in a. They're always gonna paint it in a way that's not gonna make it seem as bad as it actually was, and that's just because that's how they are, and they don't want to label themselves as like, oh, we didn't do anything bad. It's
Yeah.
not bad. Oh, racism's not here. It's not. It's better than it was. Like I mean, it could still be here. It's like,
was
it's
real,
always a
man.
back.
Donated their time to work for us.
Yeah,
in
they were.
cotton
In,
fields.
they were just sharecroppers.
That's
And
the only
I was
thing
like,
that's
nah.
It was a
crazy
work
is
study
our-
program.
our
They got
work
educated.
Our
You got
reparations are
rations.
the
got
only
credits.
one that
Yeah,
get
they got
dismissed.
They got
Oh,
credits.
our reparations. Get
Everybody else
dismissed
gets
horribly.
reparations. Ours is the only ones that get completely dismissed.
Absolutely.
Like
That's
some
full
cold
of
shit,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
it's
dare
on
you?
purpose. It's way it'd be so much money,
Way
and the
too
thing
late.
is that
It's too much money that
It's
they
too
would have
much
to give
money.
us,
They
yeah.
know that it'd be a thing like they gave us that money. Then where's the leverage? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to racism and capitalism, how it works. So where's the leverage? If you give us money now, you leveling the playing field basically. But if that were to happen, you already know that there's some backdoor thing that they're letting them get by with. That
Oh, I for sure know that once they start giving away the PPP loans and giving away, I was like, oh, they just got money sitting there that they could have been gave us.
Oh, all the
For
time.
sure.
That's-
Oh, they
they
get
messed
bread.
up when their unemployment dropped. They was like, oh, and then they had to retract it. It was like, we can't keep giving them money because now we look like we some socialist, communist society. Like that ain't us.
Lord have mercy.
I need that PP.
You don't do the question? You gonna answer the question? No.
I forgot.
dad.
My actual father passed away, but the dad that raised me, what was the original?
What was
question?
you have any regrets? What's your relationship with your father and you have any regrets?
Oh, I got no regrets with my pops. Right now, I haven't really been talking to him because he kind of disappeared on me when Serene passed. So I haven't really been talking to him because I told him and my oldest brother, I was like, yo, man, I feel like this. And they was like, oh, man, we were just giving you your space. And I was like, nah, I don't need space from y'all. But they still giving me the space. I'm just like,
that's why you
thanks
did
for
post that
nothing,
thing with Denzel yesterday. That's why you posted that video with Denzel.
No, that was just having to do with me as a father.
I thought it was a shot.
My father, my father never passed down any pain on me that I felt. He was cheap, but other than that, we just clowned him for it. But we were good, so I don't have any regrets. My birth father, though, I have the regret of not meeting him in person before he died. So I'm just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was down to do it. It was just, I ain't had no money to be traveling like that. But I regret not meeting him in person because I wanted to see his face and see, where I came from in the flesh and see if I
You got pictures?
see myself in him. Him?
Yeah.
I got pictures of him, but they just like football pictures.
Tony,
like
call
NFL.
call me crazy, dog. People be always saying that we look alike, dog.
All
you
the
know
time.
What I'm saying?
Brody and Tony?
My dad
Yeah.
might be your dad. Dog.
I don't
we
not
might
see.
be
I don't
brothers.
see
nah.
it, bro.
I don't see it either.
I don't see Brody
I
and
can
Tony.
see it in some some things we've done, but
Yeah.
I don't. But then, like
They
we
say that all
we
the
do
time.
wig, they always say
They
that.
say
you
bro-
either-
you
I
and
think it's
Brody?
the side profile for the nose specifically. Because I'm looking at y'all from
Nope.
the side. So.
Don't see it.
But it ain't like
Oh, let me do a Tony face.
The hands.
People say it all the time, though. I'll be like, man, But yeah, so that regret don't fall on me because I expressed myself and it was just like, you give them the opportunity to step up to the plate and they just got quieter. So it's just like, all right, well, and everybody be like, well, everybody handles it different. They don't be knowing what to do in situations like that.
Right.
I get that. But when I tell you, like, I don't need you to disappear,
Yeah. Step forward.
Yeah, a little something. I gave you
Step
the
forward.
blueprint.
I told you how I
Yeah,
feel.
it was like, come on, man. So especially when you see how other people react in situations like that, it becomes glaring when people don't do anything.
Yeah, it really
So it's just
should,
like, man, I can't even ignore, like, I got people coming through like this, and then I see you over here, just like, well, goddamn, the proof is in the pudding. So, but that's my only regret with my actual father
Right.
is that I didn't get to meet him in person before he passed. So I'm like, oh, he died? Shit.
Damn.
I still cried when he died.
Was you at the funeral?
No.
Oh. Damn. So how long? I mean, it's not funny, but how many years, months passed? You was like, he dead?
My mom told me he had already passed. It had already been some time, not like mad long, but it was just like some time where I missed the funeral.
Yes.
And I was just like, he did? And I remember I was in Philly when she told me, and this was probably like I think it was 2011.
Like months or years, man? I need.
It was like months, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe weeks or months. It
You was
wasn't
like,
like
yeah, I wanna get some money
ridiculously
together.
long
I'm going to
ago.
see my dad. Your dad died in '87, Tony.
No, it wasn't
What?
like that. It wasn't like that. It was just like, because Richard was horrible at communicating.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I find him. I found him.
How you find them?
MySpace.
He was on Frick.
I
was about to say
watched-
Facebook.
No, so I found him. When did I find him? Antoine Fisher. Whenever that movie came out, I think that movie came out 2002 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that movie and cried. And this is when I didn't cry at movies. And I was just like, man, because I knew about him, but I didn't care because I had a dad. So I
Yeah.
was just like, I didn't have that void. So, so then I watched Antoine Fisher folded up at the end. I was like, man, he had a whole nother family he never met. And it was just like, ugh. And so I was like, I think I want to look for him. And I was like, you say he played for the Bears, the Eagles, and the Seahawks? He was like,
he was a
yeah.
baller.
So I was able to find him on the internet. And the internet, not what it was today, but it was still,
Something,
the internet.
yeah.
So I'm Googling around, just trying to find out where. So at the time, he was coaching for a Canadian Football League team. He was a defensive coach.
Oh, dang.
And so they had pictures of the staff. And so I was like, is this
He was hunting for real.
Yeah, I was like,
At the
let me
library.
find this cat. And so they had a picture of Richard Harris. And so I sent my mom the picture. I was like, is this him? And she's like, yep, that's him. And I was like, so I called the the place.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Tony was,
and
yeah.
then that's when I found
Come on,
him.
keep talking, Tony.
Yeah.
How was it when you
I found
first got him on the phone?
He was like, "Oh man, I was looking for you." You know, he said that he lost because, like, so when my mom was expecting me, you know, they had planned this whole life together, but you know, she found out that he had a whole nother wife and kids. Over there. So we were going to Seattle, and then once she found that out, she just dipped back out, and so she left Chicago and went to Michigan. And so he said he couldn't find her, and so then he was like, "Oh man," you know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Yeah," you know. So we talked, and then we talked a couple more times after that, and then he just faded on the communication. He was just trash. I always had to reach out first
And say what's up, yeah.
He said, "You didn't call my house first, did you? You just called me directly. Huh? Okay, let's just keep it like that. Just call me at the office only."
So
pager first.
yeah, you know.
I'll get back to you.
And I called him out, and I'm like, "Man, you just a horrible at communication." I was like, "Look, give me my sister's information so I can, you know, contact them at least. 'Cause, you know, you just trash on the communication." So I quit hitting him up. And so, because I figured, you know, you the pops, you know, you got to put the work in.
Yes,
I
especially
already
if you
had
found
to do the work to
yeah.
find you.
Right.
Come on, man, meet me halfway. And so, so I hadn't really been hitting him up, and then she hit me with that. And like, he passed. I was like, oh, well, damn.
How did your real father feel like? Hey man, leave that nigga alone. I'm your daddy.
I never really talked to him about it directly. It was never,
Leave that nigga alone.
yeah.
Do you watch This Is Us, dog?
Nah.
Man, that show got some of the best writing on TV. I swear, I promise you. But there's a storyline that kind of is similar
Like that one?
to what you saying describing.
Because I never felt that void. So I was just like, cool. I was like, I got a dad, you know. And so, but once I found him, I was just like, cool. But I regret not booking a trip or something just to at least meet him once so I could see him talking and breathing and just, you know. I was like, damn it. You know, that's what
Oakland
I
line would have been like, "Oh, he in here."
Yeah. Like, oh, snap. But this was years ago, mind you, before, you know,
Comedy
any
and
of that.
everything.
But
How about you, DC? You ready to talk?
You heard
yeah,
mine.
yeah.
Mine was a
Very
good story.
quick, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Our
He ain't listening.
Our
He's
dad,
like
yeah.
this. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so,
Yeah, my dad.
so what
yeah.
happened? Tell me again.
Got to be something in there.
That's actually a good story,
Yeah.
man. The look
Yeah.
up and looking up and everything. I thought you actually talked to him. So I thought
Him playing in the NFL made him easier to find.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he had a.
Imagine being on the other side though. Imagine someone calling you
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, I'm your daughter. I'm your son."
Yeah.
Like how like I got a whole family. I got a wife and kids. You be like, hey, who's your mom?
Yeah. I'm like, do you remember Sandy Baker? And he was like, yeah.
Damn
I was
it.
like,
That
I
is
had to have that
terrifying.
conversation with him.
You gotta have that. Like, do you have regrets with me? Do you have daddy issues with me? Like, do you hate me? I didn't know about you.
Yeah.
Like you immediately on the defense. Like, now my life has to change.
Right.
Do I do a blood test? Are you just trying to get me for money?
Right.
Like, it's a lot. Like, what do you
You
want?
gotta make sure I am who I say I am.
Yeah.
But then I regret too, we never had those conversations of like, you know, why did you do this and this? You know, ask them those kind of questions. Like, why you didn't?
I think parents just automatically withhold shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
try
they
asking
be
my
fudging
dad
the
stuff.
numbers.
Yeah, he'd be
Yeah.
kind of, he withhold a little bit. If
My
I did,
kids
if I,
know
yeah.
60% of my life.
I think I tell my kids like damn near everything for the
Yeah.
most part. Yeah,
Yeah.
They know
I had to
why.
start
Transparency.
pulling back.
Yeah, I had to like
'Cause I was
read
like-
I don't want to tell you too much.
Sometimes,
Right.
sometimes
You know?
I received the information from the mama's point of view, and I was like, no, that's not
It
even
didn't
what
happen
happened.
like that.
Yeah.
This is what it was. She tried to romanticize it. Nah, it was just like this. You run the risk of taking slack, but
Yeah, you gotta find the fine line of you don't want to overshare,
Right.
but also you want to present your children with the comfortability of asking you anything,
Right.
Yeah.
But also you don't want to overshare. Where it's just like, man, we didn't need to know this,
Yeah.
Dad. So
I
you
was
gotta
just
find that
piping your
balance.
mama out. We wasn't even like
Yeah.
that. You like,
What?
what?
I had the blue chew,
Right.
You know, it was just
My kids all lost my virginity to their mom. I was like, oh, sweetheart, no.
yeah. You
The
told
person
them
right
that
before
wasn't the
her.
case.
You can't be like, no, I was thousands before your mom.
I'm
Let me
a
show you
swing.
right
my
before her.
documentary.
See, at the
Respect me,
same
kids.
time, you know, but did they ask you about it?
Yes.
Or so they were
They
like,
had said, so you met mom and, you know, as your first, and I was like, no. I was like, I met your mom out here in L.A.
yeah.
And it was like, well, she was your first, right? I was like, sweetheart, no.
Did you laugh? Or
I
did
just
you
kind of like
say-
left it as is.
Don't let
and
the
then,
last name fool you. Ain't nothing lacking here.
What if Dion laughed?
Foolishness.
That was good.
You, your mom was the.
Hold on, let me get this on my phone. Hold on.
Oh,
See?
one more time, Craig.
We about to go live.
Watch my daughter's face right here. Ask again what you just asked me.
Hold on, let me get the filter. Let me get my laughing filter. Hold on.
The laughing filter.
There it is. All right, there it's on my face.
One more time.
With the big mouth.
Let me let some more people come in here.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No, come on, baby. No,
And it's like this. Like, what's wrong, Dad? What's funny?
But they was like, oh, okay. Did they ask any more questions? They was like, oh.
They were just like, all right. Then
They
they
say,
then,
well, how
then they-
many?
Then he equated like, oh, Dad has cheated, as in like during.
Oh,
And I was
okay,
like, no.
That's
I
different,
met
yeah.
I met your mom in 2002.
Yeah.
Like I was doing like that. Like they was like, oh, so Dad, you was having sex in high school? I was like, yes, that's what I'm trying to avoid you from having sex in high school.
Right.
But yeah, now they kind of like putting two and two together.
Yeah.
How do sons handle that? Like how do you even like explain that to like your son? Like I feel like the daughters are going to be a little vulnerable to what they feel as a woman.
Right.
But what are the sons?
If he asks about his mom,
Yeah.
Has she been in the streets?
Were you
Like,
asking
no,
the son's
no, I'm saying if you
perspective of the
asking-
mom or the
yeah, I'm
son's
like
on the
how
dad?
do you even tell your son? You meet the son, and now you got to tell them like you got to build that relationship, or even like the same question if you ask sons, how do you be a little more honest? Like, yeah, I was doing this with a few other women before I met your mother, because my dad was honest. He was
Don't present it to
very
him.
honest with me
Yeah.
about his prowess. It's like even like knowing that he had a ex-wife and that I had brothers and sisters. I knew that before I knew them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I met them periodically throughout my life, but the way my dad presented it felt okay. Like I knew the stuff and I could
Yeah.
handle it, But I think the biggest thing for him was he didn't know if my sisters could handle it, so they didn't even know about me. I'm growing and developing, becoming a whole individual.
Right.
Not my brothers knew about me, but my two sisters, because he didn't know how they would take it. Because I was the other kid in that scenario.
Wow.
You
know
were
what I'm
young,
saying?
so he just was like, "Oh, I got a surprise for you."
Yeah.
You're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
your brother."
He brought you in. Hey, who he look like? Who he look like, girl?
Like
Girls,
Tony? No.
who he remind y'all of?
How do y'all,
Look.
That's my son. That's your brother. Y'all niggas like.
Tony's face?
I'm like, hi guys.
Why are we doing this on my birthday, Dad?
It's a surprise. It's a surprise. Come on, not that car you wanted. Come on.
That's my brother? That's my brother. That's your brother. That's my brother. My brother.
No, I love my sister. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Monica. Like I love them I love them a lot. For them, it didn't feel like they said it didn't feel like their heart skipped a beat. You know what I'm saying? Of course,
Yeah.
it's shocking, but it's funny now. It's like, when my sister will call me, it's like I'm like, yeah, let me go back to being only child again, because sometimes I be getting cussed out, just unwarranted cuss outs.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if I can really puff my chest out, because I still they might try to whoop my ass real quick. Or,
man.
they can just you
The
just
older sibling rank.
yeah, the older sibling rank.
Shout out to Dawn and Kim, man. Those are my sisters. I have actual sisters,
Yeah.
that I have yet to meet face to face,
Damn.
but I've communicated with them several times.
They're proud of you.
Oh, definitely go meet him, man.
Yeah, I need to
Because
reach back out.
the beautiful thing too now, it's like my sisters are some of the biggest supporters for my shows, man. They come to the shows, they tell people, they run, they almost like
business.
road man
Yeah.
at just certain shows. Really
Yeah.
make sure everything's adequate for me. Telling people who can come in and who can't come in. You green rooms, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, all right, like I don't have to even say it. That like, oh, that's my baby brother. You can't blah 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 blah. Like,
Right.
Let me tell you this punchline first, okay?
Yeah.
Punchline first, all right?
Don't fumble it.
I'm going to tell y'all, it's going to shock the hell out of y'all, but then I'm going to backtrack, all right? My first sexual experience was with my stepsister, right? Punchline first. My dad married a woman who had children. We didn't have sex, but we just like figuring out things. Just
he's
like,
humping her.
doing this. She was
Dry
like,
humps, yeah.
she was like, oh, so this is what it looks like.
Gene
This-
on gene
Let me see
contact.
yours.
He's
Let me
just
see
going down
yours.
on it.
Yeah.
Oh, we do this. I was
Basketball shorts
like,
and jeans.
yeah, we're just like, oh, this. And I was just like, we shouldn't be doing this. This is weird.
That was you that was saying that?
No, she was saying it to me,
Okay.
and then I was like, yeah. She was like,
If you think this
2
is
years
weird, you
old-
should see my sock drawer.
2 years older than me.
Get my socks.
We were like it was like 11 and like 9. And it was
You were
just-
9?
Yeah, we never actually did anything. It was kind of like, let me see what it looks like. Let me see what it feels like. It was so weird.
No, I was
that's
young.
kids, that's
no,
why,
we was.
yeah,
I
this
remember
spend the
being
night out
damn
shit is
near
no.
in kindergarten, man. I remember there was. I mean, I guess I could say her name, but this girl named Talia used to show me and my homie.
That's my
Nathaniel.
cousin.
She just popped up in the feed.
He stopped like, oh shit, I'm lying.
Been looking
Talia
my
didn't
whole
show
life
us
for you,
nothing.
Talia. You showed me my first snatch. Nah, she was under the. Like, we used to go under
Yeah,
the table.
look
Me and
under
my
the table.
homeboy. And she'd be like, all right, I'm going to show y'all after lunch. And then, I mean, I don't even remember what the words were, but I just remember being under the table and her showing us her stuff. And we was like, yeah.
It's
It's
missing.
usually at lunch or nutrition. That
It's
little kid that's
you ain't
running on
got
the table.
nothing down there.
We can
That's
smoke cigarettes
crazy.
at lunch.
That's
then, too.
crazy.
Where's the pieces
where's
at?
it?
Hold on, let me.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's nothing there.
Well,
That's crazy.
man, my first sexual experience was damn.
I should say sexual, like fondle.
That's an experience. That
That's
was a
an
sexual
experience.
experience.
Sexual
Yeah,
experience?
it wasn't actual, full intercourse, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
an experience of sexuality.
It's
in
always
that
with
moment.
friends.
Yeah.
Oh, in first grade, I was always up under the blanket at nap time. Like nobody could see this tent under there. What you got?
What you got?
Moving like in the hood.
I was quickly like, pull them all the way down. What's that?
I'm
You
still
know, you
sleepy.
little kid, you do something. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I touched the kid. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to touch your butt.
I got introduced to sex via porn. So I already knew
The pieces.
what it all
You was
looked
watching
like.
real porn or softcore?
Real, because we lived across the street from this motel. And so the porn
You was
would
in the
come in
window
on
like this?
RTV
They was
on
watching-
Channel
This is
3.
part of the
They
continental
watching
breakfast.
prostitutes
Man,
across the
so
street.
it
Bacon,
was-
get your eggs, get your titties.
Hold on, that don't explain nothing though.
It was full porn on RTV on Channel 3.
Oh, so you had the same.
They was picking up the connection.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you turn to Channel 3. Some days it was clearer than others, but it was always there. So
I
as
thought
we
you-
as we
you
channel
was always
served,
there. It was like a
we
good
go from
friend.
CBS to NBC. Every night in front of the whole family. CBS. NBC. Turn Sanford and Son on.
So it's like step by step.
This was every night in the family household.
We got a low front moving
Man.
in.
Cosby Show. So it was just
The fact that you had the pliers, you do like
Go through the channel.
man. So it was that. So I'm seeing full porn.
yeah.
First,
God,
second,
that's
third
funny.
grade. I'm just like, so I've seen it all early. Not seeing it in person, but I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, this is what.
You had an idea. of
Yeah.
what it
In
was
the
going
80s,
I
on.
it
thought
was-
that I
it
thought
was-
the hair was the exciting part. Back
Yeah, the
then. I was
bush.
like, ooh.
Oh, the
She got a
bush.
bush.
You thought that was the vagina.
never-
I
I
didn't
didn't
know.
say
Understand
nothing.
it was a whole interior region.
Yeah, we didn't know
The
something
bush
up
was
under
always
there.
for me like, ew.
I thought it stopped right there. That flat piece, that's the vagina.
Man. So
Yeah.
I got the raw education.
But they didn't really show porn like in the 80s. They just showed
Man.
the action. They didn't show insertions.
He had
like,
motel porn.
I
Are
like
you not
in
hearing
full-
him?
it
He
was
had
full
motel.
I'm thinking
I'm
of,
not talking
you know real,
Cinemax.
you know about real sex?
I'm talking about
HBO
X
real
In
sex?
and out.
porn.
Really?
The actual
Smash, penis inserted,
The cover said shot here. It was at
Yeah.
the
That's
motel
funny.
that it was
Yeah.
probably coming. They was shooting that.
full steam.
Shout
got
out
a
to
live
the camera
stream.
guys of porn people, man. They be up on their balls.
Man.
They
No,
be-
and they had to use the heavy cameras. Then
Yeah.
imagine them getting them angles, just
Yeah.
sweating for 30 minutes of strokes.
Not
just getting
shout them
sweat.
out. They're the ones that usually end up getting head too. You be like, wait, where'd this come from? Cameraman just be like,
Hey, we can pay you in head or we can pay you in
partying,
money.
right?
since we here.
Let me get a 50-50. Give me half my money and half of this head.
Man. That was my experience. I was like, man, all right. So, but it also messed me up because I felt like I had to measure up to the porn guys.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I can't last this long.
Yeah.
That
they be
made it
going
more
forever.
intimidating for me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because I'm thinking about these, these professionals. And I'm
Different
just like,
sizes and everything.
Yes, I'm just like
90-year-old kid, like, ain't no way it's gonna get that big.
I actually,
what is this? And I look at my own, I'm like,
I actually seen it in person before I seen it on TV.
oh.
I grew up in the projects. Them little kids was just boning in the staircase, in the slides. I don't know if it was real, but they was for sure humping. Right?
Yeah,
Humping hard.
Yeah, for sure.
on the slides. On the
I was scared as
slides.
hell. my
Tippy
first
toe
time. I was
humps.
dry humping like crazy. I dry humped for like 5 years.
Oh, I was dry hump king too at the beginning.
Yeah, I was
He'd be like, this ain't
terrified.
enough anymore.
This wasn't
I
nothing.
my
immediately
legs
thought-
burning.
Children. I immediately thought, as soon as I go in, children. STDs.
Even though you got the jeans on,
Jeans
you go
on.
cut straight through the denim, the drawers, and the zipper. The copper from the zipper is gonna protect you from anything.
This is embarrassing as hell. I remember I used to do swim team, so I remember I had the Speedo, so I knew I wanted I needed to grind to get something stimulated, to get something going, but I also didn't want to pull out just nothing. You know what I mean? So I was like keeping the Speedo on as a barrier, so that it was
Like
like,
they couldn't see?
let's wait until things get really started. Then I'll take the Speedo down. But until then, you getting this He-Man. You know what I'm saying? You getting this
Action figure.
I don't know. You
The
get this action
Aquaman.
figure, yeah, because you don't really know how to really, come on, foreplay wasn't really like the thing we knew to really get into it at a younger age. You really think like as soon as you start kissing and touching on boobies, all right, now it's time to put it in. Like that's what.
Yeah,
That's I watched
wholesome,
Cinemax.
we had wholesome porn.
See, I watched Cinemax. So like it was literally
soft.
it started with the kissing, then it was the
Yeah.
dude just doing this around the girl's head.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then they was smashing in the next scene. They crossfade. Now they smashing with the pan across the room.
Right. They show you the whole room. Yes,
Yeah, you see the whole
decorative
room.
plants and the
Jazz.
The kissing, the fondle is a diversion. While you putting the condom on, you be like,
See, you don't know that either.
you be like, here we go.
You don't know. You think you about to. When
Hopefully
you,
you
put
don't
the
see what
condom
I'm
on-
doing down here. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Now you try to work
And they don't
Can't
teach you,
fumble
put the
that
condom on when you're fully ready. Don't put that joint on midway and then just lose the air, lose the
Yeah.
sensation.
But
Now you're not
Condom
feeling it.
done.
condom is
Yeah, all right,
all
let me try it.
misshapen.
Hold on.
It's
If I
dried out
could
now.
just put it back on again. Let me just.
It's the wrong
Hold on.
way. You keep like,
Let me.
do I flip it?
Do I gotta pull this part? All right, I'm holding this part. Oh no, it's not. It's not.
It's such a
It's
mess.
not ready. All right,
I
let me.
always feared my kids finding mine because what I first seen, as far as seeing the tape, it was very kind of wholesome compared to now. Now it starts with a spit. and it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
this is what you gonna
The
start
spit
with.
is-
Fine.
I would love to be a writer for porn. Like I want it to be very interesting. I want it to be like cinematic too. Like there's never like a beautiful Michael Bay like
Like the
film,
camera
like-
goes around the penis like
Yeah!
this when it first comes out.
like the Matrix, like
No, I meant like the bad boy shot. Where
Oh,
it comes
that-
around.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Michael
want it
Bay,
to look
man,
dope,
he be
like different
doing,
angles.
he be doing stuff
a
with
good
that
You got a
storyline.
drone?
Yeah, drone shot coming in.
Good storyline.
Have a whole drone go through the bedroom. And
JJ
then
Abrams
it
doing
goes
light
back
flares
out.
in the joint. You see flares in the
Yeah.
Like a
lens
Dragon Ball
flares.
Z porn,
Yeah.
like things start floating over
I
there.
do like good story in porn.
Yeah.
I like an interesting storyline. I'm not a compilation guy. I'm like, man, what's the storyline? How do we get here?
Imagine your porn is like the Avengers of the adult films. Like, oh,
They
he
be
gonna
doing
combine
those
with
now.
so and so.
They be having those parodies.
There's
Yeah.
one
The
that's
movies.
actually kind of in the history books called Caligula. It was the first $1 million porn.
Oh, boy.
About the Greek leader Caligula.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty
They put some
intense.
money on that.
It made or it cost.
They filmed it for $1 million
Sheesh.
back in the day.
I'm sure they made that money back.
Oh, easily.
How do you make money from porn? I know you can, but like, who's buying it?
And it was educational.
Well, now they buy the subscription to whatever. You know.
It's free.
Most of it's free.
Yeah.
They
You
still
can,
offer
find, you
you.
can find it anywhere.
Yeah, I don't. How
Unless-
porn
unless you don't
stars are
like
coming up,
commercials.
though, is OnlyFans and that type of
Yeah.
stuff. They making a good living now because they already solidified themselves with the porno videos. Now we can you just go to my own personal
Yeah, yeah.
thing.
Oh,
It's
they
just
get
me.
that
They gave it a
bread.
personalized experience, make it be like you know how
Yeah.
people they want to try to interact with the people, so OnlyFans
Yep.
gave it a
On
little
OnlyFans,
bit.
are they actually having sex on OnlyFans?
They can
They
do whatever you
can.
want on
Whatever you
OnlyFans.
A
want.
lot of it they buy themselves or whatever, and I'm
Yeah,
just
they,
like,
they
man,
can
good
do
for
you can
them.
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's a platform where they kind of trying to go back on all that, but it's gonna turn bad if they do.
I don't want them to be able to screenshot and
But it can't.
It can't.
I mean, the pictures might be
You
the thing that
safe.
get out, but the pictures might be the thing that get out or whatever. But it probably could be linked to like somebody leaking it or something. There's people find ways to get through stuff and stuff like that. It's just, but the workaround is so hard to do that it's like, really, like you just gonna go that hard rather than just throwing a little
filming
subscription,
the
bro.
film.
Nobody's
Right.
gonna
Yeah.
film you unless you've been on there constantly going at them. They've been like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." You're like, "Yeah, watch you."
OnlyFans is like, but they can. So you can actually. I mean, can't you share it with other? You can't say if I'm watching someone's video, I can't share it with no one else.
Keep
Right?
sending to somebody else.
I mean, you can send the link to somebody else, but they can't see it. They have to. It literally
Yeah, subscribe.
blocks
It's a
access. It's like a
paywall.
Patreon thing. It's literally like that,
block
but
out,
just
okay.
yeah.
But
You
just
can
watch.
record it with another.
But if somebody in a
phone.
room with me, they can
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
watching too behind. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like anything. It's
It
like,
becomes the movie theater again.
Right.
You know, you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
bootleg the
phone
joint.
watching film.
Yeah,
like,
bootleg, yeah.
Definitely gonna get this.
Now
on
showing her booty on at the theater tonight. OnlyFans page.
Booty. All right, we gotta get the hell up
Wait,
out
they
of
have
here, man.
theaters
2 hours.
Oh, no.
My bad, Chris.
Yeah,
No,
the-
just like
the-
theaters, it has to be like. Was there ever a time when everybody was like, "Oh shit, the new porn's coming out. We got to go get up
Right.
there, wait in line."
They had
Popcorn.
the what are they called?
I'm dressed like my
man?
favorite porn star out front, like Star Wars.
You eat
Buy
the
my ticket
snacks.
early.
They had that was actually a big. Was it Star Wars or Star Trek? I went to the Museum of Erotica or something like that in Vegas, and they had a thing, and it was like a whole thing where they were talking about it's either Star Trek or Star Wars. It was one of the first parody ones that
I'm
like, they made
Chewbacca,
hella-
dressed as Chewbacca.
hella money.
Chewbacca. You did that.
That's
What
just
feels
the
a
sound.
game show that whoever not get hard wins? Like it feels like three guys sitting there and the girl's like, you be like,
Yo, I ain't
Man,
gonna
you
hold
really-
you. I
that-
think I wrote that idea down as a sketch.
You
yo.
just didn't know how to
That's
call
mad
the guest and
funny.
be like, "Hey, you want to
YouTube
be
thing,
naked
like,
on your
I-
show?"
yo,
with me?"
be a porn.
That
You be like,
is hilarious.
you be like, oh, baseball,
grandma's teeth and
It's
grandma's.
funny though, like in certain scenarios though, I don't think I would get aroused.
Yeah?
Like if it was like publicly watched, like when we was in Amsterdam, we went to a sex show. So we sit in the theater
Yeah.
and people on stage be smashing. I was not aroused.
Yeah, because you exposed.
I was just like, and then when we went up there with one of the girls, and she was like doing stuff with her vagina and like, put the banana in there. And I was like,
Yeah.
it just wasn't. It wasn't that type of energy for
It
me.
might have
It was
been-
like
yeah, it's a
I
lot
was
less
I was
intimate.
late flaccid. in
Yeah.
there. But I was having
Yeah.
a good time. But I was late flaccid, man. I was just like, man, this is
Because sex
Flaccid
is a
indigestion.
one-on-one. You don't want to be like with your friend. That's why when guys go to strip clubs, they like, women be like, hey, we having
Yeah.
fun. Men be like,
Not me. I fuck in front of every window in the hotel. I paid for this hotel.
I'm using the amenities.
every piece. We gotta get the hell out of here though. Let's get out of here. Brody, where you at? What you got to promote? What's going on?
What's up, guys? So actually, if you're in the LA area tomorrow, I'll be at the Comedy Chateau. The homie Shantae Waynes is actually putting together another one of her special, amazing shows. Great lineup tomorrow. So if you're in the LA area, pull up to that, the Comedy Chateau. And I'll be touring. I'll be in Charlotte, Columbus, Ohio. 2 weeks from now with King Batch. So if you're in that area, please pull up to that as well.
There it is.
guy Batch.
Dion Lack.
Hey, Dion Lack, DIONLACK. Follow the brand, Lactose Entertainment. We shoot, produce, edit, write, direct. I have 2 locations in Los Angeles, downtown LA, for you to use in any commercial, interview, sketch, cooking show, full functional kitchen. I have a hip-hop game show that's coming out very soon. It's just in the rewrites and re-edits right now.
Yeah, I murdered it.
You did. Cheated, too.
Oh.
But I can't wait to shoot more episodes with my friends and yeah, that's it.
Also, macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
Check it out on
macaroni and Chaz.
cheese.
Shout out to Chaz. Hit me up last minute to come through. Got to support my guy. We have a podcast. It's on his channel. That is all.
Of course, you catch me on at Craig Wans on all social media. MrToxic.shop.
Mr. Toxic Time.
I'm be in Colombia for a week.
The
Yeah,
country?
that's gonna be fun. Y'all catch me out there. I know y'all watching out there. Yeah, Cartagena.
You filming something or you just going?
Man, I'm just gonna bring my light down there and
Okay.
share it. But
That's dope, man. Let me know how it is. I want to go there.
get some little kids some sneakers and some jeans.
drug money.
For their sisters.
Moving that weight. Yeah.
DC.
Across the board, DCUrbanComedy.com. HBO Max special.
Hey!
April.
By the time this is
April
aired,
21st.
my guy Tony in DC will be on HBO Max.
The
headline.
On Thursday.
So
That's-
right after y'all watch this,
that night, y'all tune over there.
Let's
Double up.
go.
Yeah. And then Hartford, Connecticut on Thursday, and then I'm gonna dip into Chicago on Friday,
See what
Saturday.
they talking
Chicago.
about.
Shut down.
Chicago. Catch me in Chicago, same weekend with DC. Oklahoma City, man. Y'all need to buy these goddamn tickets. Sales is just dreadful. But other than that, Chicago, there's still tickets left for. Well, they'll probably be gone by the time this airs.
They're gonna be gone.
Yeah, they're gonna be gone.
They out.
HBO Max, April 21st. If you see me in Chicago and you watch the HBO Max, none of the same jokes. So you can double up. You can double up. You can be like, oh man, we saw you live, and then the HBO Max. Or if you HBO Max the first, you come to the show, it's gonna be different jokes. So fear not. Check out Verbal Cardio. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Shout out to the patrons, the Keon's cousins, the patron saints. We appreciate y'all for being in here. Sorry we didn't tackle that many questions today. We was on the road. We was on the road having a good time. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all have any questions for us, ask us in the YouTube comments section. We'll tackle them on the show. And make sure you put the big red question mark or the exclamation marks in front. And Kobe McGuire for the OKC question. Just telling you a patron saint, man. You know what I'm saying? And you good. But yeah, y'all.
check out Chaz live at 5.
Oh yeah,
Live-ish
live-ish
at
at 5-ish.
5-ish.
I'm not sure if he's doing it every day now that he's in the trenches working again.
C- citizens.
Check that out. C- Society. Check out Keon in Vegas. He's gonna be in Vegas all week. So if you are
Brad
out
Garrett's.
there, he's gonna be at Brad Garrett's and the LA Comedy Club out that way. So pull up on him if you are in Vegas. So yeah, y'all, we out.